light feed. Okay, I can do that. I can do that. What is up, everyone? This is Coffee with Soul. I am your host. We're gonna chat. We're gonna talk and hang out. Try to have ourselves a good time. It is Thursday. This will, in fact, be the last stream from me for the week. There is, in fact, a weekly to write, or at least there are things that I'll want to like kind of sit down, write up, and then talk about, and of course invite people for a conversation about stuff. The biggest one being, wow, dude, there's this interview that was put out. I've seen this name before, Cyber. I've seen it on socials. I forgot what they talk about, but they like do high-end gaming. So they landed an interview with game director Ian Hazzikostas, and then I have not actually watched the interview, so I don't know all the context. I just have the bullet points from Wowhead, which is cool. I think Wowhead bullet points are pretty decent at what they do. And from all the responses here, they sound very normal. And I was like, okay, cool, blah blah blah. Addressing some of the big pain points about how the season went, what the general reactions are from folks, answering certain things. And I was like, all right, cool. And I was like, oh. And then I was like, okay, what did the people in the comments think? Wow. These comments are this is like, I don't know, it feels like a psychological case study of like, it's like one example after another of, I don't know, it just feels like this really toxic parasocial relationship that some of these folks have with developers, that they're so not vile, that's not the word, but they just come from this place of like hatred. It's so visceral. I'm like, wow. Like the reactions from some folks, I'm like, damn. Now granted, I live in this sort, I obviously I live in this kind of bubble, this housing bubble. Get it? So none of these things, like just about all these things, like sail over my head. Add-on dependence and like the whole formula of stuff and FOMO and this and that. And the things with housing, they seem quite normal. And to me that was the biggest takeaway. The other big takeaway, delves, I think delves were a bit weaker in the season, and I think that they should do more stuff. They wanted to talk about they talked a little bit about raids, something raids. Okay, it was somewhere around here, but they talked about how the raid game has been weak, and so in season 2 the raid game is going to be a little bit stronger. I know my guild and I, we talked about the renown track from raids. We enjoyed that. So I thought that was kind of a cool thing to look forward to each week. And it feels a little bit empty this season. So there are things, but like, wow. it's rough. The comments, at least, they feel rough. And so I really see this big disconnection between me and my kind of commentary, and because a lot of my commentary comes from like personal experience too, but also like seeing what people are saying. I'm like, wow, this is the least aligned I've ever seen myself. But this is just like one thing, looking at Wowhead comments and all that stuff. And then when it comes to dev interviews, especially when you have Ian up there, you have like certain folks coming in and like they'll just be like, oh, anything that comes out of Ian's mouth is venom. There we go, venomous. Yeah. The reactions to that interview in those comments, they're rough. It's a big woof. Anyway, hi guys. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's say hi to people real quick. What is up to Falcor? You're the first person to say hi. What's up, buddy? What's up to Ravens and Telani? What's up to Savitar and Lillian Storm and Asteria and Susan Graves? What's up to Roxana and Cenobite. Hello to Hazelnut and Arcadius and Valari and Adamira and Blywin and Blue Sky Dancer and Joey Kitten and Kelly. Hi to Edge of Maybe. Hi to Total Chaos. To Orman Alts and to is it Ice Guy? I forget what letter that is. Crap. Ice Guy, Liskith. Oh man, I forgot. Sorry about that. What's up to Xantor and Erumis? Do I revisit houses you've been to if they signed up before? 30-day cooldown. So, you know, I really wish that the Google form thing had like really big text on it and all that stuff. But it's also, what's the point if the queue fills up all the time and then people can't see what's on the form anyway? Yeah. Maybe I should just include a lot more information in that message that says, hey, the queue's full, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I'll include more information for folks that are curious about that. So that's a little bit of sudden feedback. So thanks for asking. They're vitriolic. I like that. Vitriolic, venomous, all the V's. What other V's? I don't know. Bad with words right now. How am I after the marathon yesterday? I like, as soon as the stream stopped, I brought the disc down, I sat down, and then about half an hour later, I became conscious again of like what I was doing. I'm like, oh, I better have dinner. Had dinner, came back up. A couple of hours suddenly go by, and I'm like, ooh, okay, I better start doing like some work. Yeah, I really like just shut down. I just needed like a mental break, and while I did, the two takeaways from doing a stream that long with just housing: one, my feet hurt. That's a lot of standing. Two, when I was doing the recap and I'm like going through the screenshots that I grabbed, I was like, crap, I totally forgot who was what. I was totally starting to lose track of which house was which, because, you know, 10 places is a lot. Actually, it was 11. But yeah, 11 places it's a lot of places. And so I started to kind of like lose myself in that. Memory starts to get fuzzy and all that. But that was it. You know, looking back, it was so fun. It was tons of fun to see so many places at once. So that's why next week I'm doing 18 instead of 15. I'm gonna try that out too, and see how I feel. I'm pretty confident after yesterday's stream that I'll be okay. So I might keep it at 18. But that's kind of like the me of today is saying that. We'll see how I feel in like a few weeks or whatever. Internet comments usually are 99% of people don't bother commenting, but those who sometimes do, they just want to vent. They're a very vocal minority. I've noticed that Wowhead comments are like especially like that. Especially because the topics that come like as far as I know, Wowhead forums, their game is weak. Like you don't really see a lot of activity on those forums. I guess I just don't look enough either. But it's not a very strong presence that they have that you see there. It's usually with the comments, with the headlines that you see. You want to look at like shit posts, you go to MMO Champion. That's where you go, where people are at least brave enough to bring up their own topics. But again, those are all like kind of shitty posts. Sounds like when I have a ton of classes with no breaks in between. Yeah, it was fun though. It was very, very fun. Vituperous, never. Vapid. Okay, I like Vapid. Vituperous, I think that would kind of sail over people's heads. Vapid is kind of borderline too. Vitriol is pretty common. Venomous is a pretty good descriptor as well. I like that one. You're a V fan. Well, shucks, I lucked out. I happen to have like exactly the right person here to help out with that. Thank you very much. But yeah, yesterday was a ton of fun. I really appreciate the Wowkia group for letting me take a look at their places and all that, and of course you guys were here too, and it was fun. Today is going to be a little bit more relaxed, just a little bit. So we're going to look at only 5 places today. I feel like I'm still recovering though, so we'll see how my energy level feels. I'm gonna, I'm still gonna get through it. I'm not worried about that. I am a little worried about how I'm gonna feel later, writing the weekly and putting all that stuff together. But it is really funny. Like, me, WoW-wise, I'm in a really happy place. I'm just like, I'm popping into the new zones like once every couple of days or whatever. I'm like, I'll do whatever. Do a little bit of this and I'll just kind of like forget about the rest. It's not a big deal. I'll just kind of get to it when I get to it. But meanwhile, you have like from other folks, you have like this, I don't know, this certain attitude. People feel like they feel like so locked in, and I don't know. It's this very. I'm seeing a lot of burnout from people. That's the kind of energy that people are kind of giving off when they talk about these like chores and things to do. I'm like, but then you don't need to do all these things. How come you're burning yourself with all this stuff? Like, I gotta do my abundance things so I can get this. It's like people write for themselves these checklists and then they write high priority on all of them as if it's, and when you make everything a high priority, then what is a priority anymore? It's like, yo, dude, you can hear my voice a little bit. This is the tired. I didn't sleep so great either, so there's that. Now, if I were to like bring it up, then I'm okay, but then I'm trying too hard. So. Oh, my browsers are going nuts. Hold on. I got echoes happening here. Let's see, there we go. Let's close some of that stuff. All right. Cool. Much better. All right. Took several screenshots, some good ideas. Yeah, having the footage is great. It's great for cheaters like me who want to see like a little bit of everything. The opposite of me, I got ideas, none of them showed, of course. They're just ideas so far, not built yet. I mean, that's how it starts though. You look at stuff, they kind of inspire you. They kind of like plant a little seed in your head. And again, when I mean inspire, it's not just to spur you on to make a thing. It might be to think of something else, because you might have your own idea, and then these things that you see, they might enhance or alter something that you're doing, and then you make something else new, and that's fun. That's the whole journey of discovery that you end up participating in. So there's a lot of joy to be had. Nobody's forcing arms to do stuff. Yeah, like I see the comments, less on Wowhead for sure. I'd say Reddit, you see a little bit better of a balance between folks who are like, this and this and this, and then other people who are like, yo, dude, you don't have to do all these things, and blah, 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 blah. But then you get a lot of time, though, people will clap back, well, I'm just angry, and I just want to, be mad. All right, dude, that's your guys' thing. That's the superpower that some of us have. The apparent ability to be immune to the idea of the fear of missing out and all that stuff. Like it sounds almost baffling to tell someone, hey, why don't you just let things happen for a while, just miss out on stuff and see what happens, right? Because the folks that burn out, they will let things, pass by them because they've burnt out, and they're like, oh, I'm sick of this shit, and blah, 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 and then they quit, and then those things start to happen, and then they feel liberated. Oh my God, it feels so much better now that I'm free of this prison that is WoW. I'm like, you didn't have to be in that prison in the first place. You could just not worry about a lot of these things, or just kind of like put them off until your passions tell you, hey, I feel like doing this thing or that thing. So it's I guess it's just a challenge for some of these folks. Refreshing serum. Meanwhile, here I am going through my alts and like blasting through a whole bunch of these these crafting orders. I mean, it's easy money. You know, I make like 20, 30 grand a day or so just going through these and then selling whatever hell garbage I end up landing on. So this one's done. No, I got this one too. And I'm also getting some spec points too that I need for like more stuff. So I think I needed one more point, and then I can put a thing here. No, I can. I think I need like one more point still. Yeah, I need one more point. No, I think I got one more point. So I should be okay. Let me make sure I complete this order here. Pick up the thingamajig. And then we're good to go. I took a closer look at that mount that came out. I'm like, hey, it's not bad on the price. But then I looked and noticed that the shape of that mount, or like the model that's being used, it's using, I forget the name, but it's using the green. I remember the default color was green. It was a green dragon riding mount, the one that you got from Onaran Plains. And I was like, all right, that one's okay. I think you got it from Onaran Plains. I'm actually don't remember. My favorite though is the Wilder Drake. That's the best one, hands down. The rest of them are just like, yeah, it's okay. But the Wilder Drake was definitely my favorite out of all those. Oh yeah, I need to learn the thing. So I got that, and then now I can do this thing and apply, and then I learn a recipe, and now I can do one more order. Yay! See, and that's like a couple hundred gold. That's 650. Easy monies. Might seem insane, but simple in Spectrum, you just can't miss out on anything. Yeah, and it's sometimes it's not even a spectrum. You don't need to be diagnosed to be like, you know, to really have that desire of locking in and all that. All right. I'm glad to see someone don't play it as an obligation. Yeah. And so there's this it's this impossible balance. Like, what's one of the things from the interview with housing? Yeah. So they want to keep layering on depth to the system, but avoid the heavy-handed systems like Flare Power to force players to interact with the system. So you have like this constant, you have this kind of conflicting rhetoric going around. People being like, well, shoot, what's the point of housing if it doesn't do anything? And then right next to that, or almost in the same breath, you'll see these folks say like, well, I don't want to feel like I'm forced to do housing, Blizz. You know, so what do? I don't fucking know. So, yeah, that's impossible, man. I feel, I follow a lot of game dev on my social feeds, and game dev, they sound miserable. They sound defeated because they're getting laid off. They're being treated like shit from fans who are just like, me. We want this perfectly yesterday, bug free, yada yada yada. And then they'll consume things in like 5 minutes and then talk shit in a video or something like that. And oh man, it's rough out there. I feel bad for them. So, of course, I'm a consumer too. So best I can do is do the things that bring me happiness. So that's it. For me, FOMO was gone years ago. I don't. I do feel like I do what I feel like doing on any given day. I think for me that happened like pretty much as soon as it happened as early as vanilla. You know, because when I started playing WoW, I played on a PvP server, and I can't make that. I don't have the stuff for that. Yeah, I played on a PvP server, so I got into like some of the battlegrounds and all that stuff early on. I was like, ooh, well, I can grind for honor, and I can get like a cool title thing, and I can get gear. You know, so I was there when the whole, you know, High Warlord and Grand Marshal grind, when that existed. And I'm like, fuck that. Are you insane? No way am I going to participate in something like that. That's way too much. And so, you know, even back then I was like, okay, that's a thing that is beyond me. And I will not participate in that sort of stuff. I'll dip my toe in it. You know, I'll try it out, but that is I got work. You know, I need to sleep sometimes, man. So it's not like other industries. I feel defeated at times in my real life job, but needs must. Gaming is an outlet, so my opinion is live and let live and play the game as you want to let others play their own way. That's a thing too. You have not only do you have like some of these fans, yeah, I'll call them fans. You have these fans that are like being really vile and venomous and vitriolic and whatever that other word was to developers. They'll also lash out at fellow fans who disagree with them. You know, someone will be like, well, I think it's blah, 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 and you're burning out, you know. But of course, those folks, no one likes to be told how they're really feeling. No one likes that. So the backlash from folks like that, it'll be especially venomous, I guess. So I learned all that stuff. Do I have enough points for the thing? 9. Oh, what a crime. Okay, actually, I think I can do one more. Yeah, I got like 4 minutes. So I'll just do like this last person on Brofist. Get some knowledge, and we'll be good to go. So I just wanted to learn this recipe. Just to get it out of the way. Like, ideally, I'm gonna want to get on like whatever dozen alts or so that I'll have and just like slam through orders, and like that'll be it. I've been going slow. I'm still on that kind of like prep stage. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Not that. I'm doing this. Yes. All right. So got the recipe, and yeah, there is a thing I can make that. See there, a couple hundred more gold. Yay. And then like at some point throughout the week, that's when I will actually go through the mail and then like send the stuff off to a main and then sell stuff. So cool. Can I make that? Nope, no way. All right, so yeah, they're done. If there's a way to send coffee, flowers, pizza directly to devs, I contribute every week. Oh, no way, I can't do that. That's expensive. I mean, if, right? We're just talking about ifs. I'd say best thing that we can do is send them a quick thanks and all that. That's all. I'm all games come a long way. Enjoy it for what it is. I feel like people want to be miserable, which is sad. Is it a young people thing? You know, maybe it's a young people thing. I mean, we're all 30, you know, so we're up there. But yeah, maybe it's just the impatience from young folks that, you know, want all this stuff and be like, well, it's, you know, AI can make this thing in like a hot second. You know, what's wrong with you guys or whatever. Also, AI is dumb. How dare you use it? I'm told to waste precious time feeling miserable. For me, it's more like a physical condition. Like I can't risk myself getting the migraine. So for me, it's all happy vibes and stuff, which is like kind of contradictory because I like, you know, I'm like waist deep in the waters of WoW commentary as well. All right, let's head over to. Let's make sure I got this order right. Starting with, so we're going to be taking a look at Oberon and Chesto and Bad Brenna's and Argonia's and Magi's place today. This should be fun. Also, after stream, I had myself a burrito. I had a big. That was the other reason why I was just kind of like, I'm not going to do anything right now. I yeah, I was burritoed out. You're 30 twice. Nice. Played Pong in so many systems once, so yeah, I love current gaming, so leave the devs alone to those talking smack. Just let them cook, dude. Let them cook, let them do their thing. They rage bait, that's all. You know, it's funny because, like, it's like these folks are rage baiting themselves, too. So they're just kind of like going into this whole, it's like this rage circle jerk kind of thing. It's, I feel bad for them. You know, and people who would dare to watch us on stream, cool. You're seeing me say it. But yeah, if I were to say it in like a VOD, oh boy, that would totally derail any sort of conversation that I have. How dare you blame the players for how they're feeling? Yeah, sorry. So, all right, let's get stuff prepped here. All right. Let's frickin' go. Let's go in. Oh, profile. I wonder how things are going to go tonight with Raid. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to take out, what's its face? You know, Wind Chime. Lura. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to take that thing out today, but I have a feeling that we'll be too short on trying to take out, on doing mythic attempts again. Still trying it. Still falling short. Buying Vantis runes every week for a wipe night. Ooh, that's tough. That starts to really eat at you. Think I'll raffle stomp it? I don't know. Right now we're not doing a lot of laughing. All right, let's get to it, buddies. All right. I was just not hoping you still. No, that's my bread and butter. So like, you know, I raid with the guild. We do our thing, and then between that, you know, just lots of solo stuff. We'll do, you know, I do maybe 1 day of keys out of the week, and that's my WoW life, you know. And then sometimes I'll do like the outdoor content. I haven't done Prey and Delves in quite some time. I heard about the new things coming with Prey, where like, you know, doing the nightmare stuff, the nightmare versions of stuff will score you all the previous achievements as well. So I'm like, all right, sweet. I'm glad I didn't do that sort of grind, because I kind of figured that they were going to fix that at some point. That just feels like that just felt like a flaw. But I would like to finally get around to leveling like some alts too. But oh well, this is the longest time that this is my worst alt leveling experience so far. As in, this is the slowest I've been. So anyway. Let me make sure. All right, folks, this is Oberon's place. We're here over here in Razorwind, in the autumny part of Razorwind, and somehow this lot looks huge. I think it's because of the trees, right? I see one cherry blossom tree. Dude, that's a lot of cherry blossom stuff going on. Now, I think they attached more. They're like, dude, I love these trees more, you know. And so because of the uniqueness of this tree so far, that's why we have what feels like it's like this huge framing that we have here. You can kind of see that here in this shot. And even if we pan back, it just looks huge. It's very filled out. Thank you, 350 budget. So this place seems to be running off of shop items. You know, so you have this great animated look as soon as you walk into the spot. Like they bought, I think they got like multiple packages. They're like, yo, let's just throw it all down. I mean, judge however you like. You know, to me, I look at this as, you know, probably a whole lot of like WoW token gold that was being used. You know, buy a token, turn that into hard steel, use that to like buy whatever. There are plenty of big gold makers out there. Uh, and this might be one of them, for all we know. Yeah, great look though, and you know, great placement with bringing it all together. It's a lot. It's a whole lot of greens, and you also have the greens that are spilling from the house itself. So we're going to do the climb. You know, this time we can actually do a slow climb because there's just a whole lot that they added, you know, on different parts of the house. So again, you know, lots of dressing with the additional greens here. Once we get up here, though, let's jog over and we see some additions. You know, tiny little bits. Couple drinks to enjoy as we're looking out, but we can't look out. There's too many trees in the way. Too much enjoyment, dude. Oh, wow. Straight up using Haragic cubes as crates. Now that is a certain kind of, there's a certain kind of opulence there. You can enjoy some snacks and whatnot that's inside. Oh, the greens are in here too. Very nice. And then one little observation post, that filled out corner. And what are we looking at? You know, we're threading the needle here. We can see a little bit of what's going on outside as soon as we get to that higher elevation. Yeah, like I said, very, very filled out space. Love how this framing comes together because it's a lot. There's so much to it. And so I'm looking forward to what else they're going to come out with. Let's head on inside and see what's good. All right, so they're boasting a working toilet and a jump puzzle library. So as soon as we go in, we're kind of like, we're kind of shuffled in, portaled in fact. And we're already presented with this very grand, flowery, green-filled entrance. Well, they did a lot here, actually. Not only do we have the aspirant fountain, like right in the center, you can kind of see here in the corner, there's a void table on either side, you know, and then the moon's just kind of peeking in right over there. Yeah, that's a very heavy set of effects that we have here. Very dense entrance. That's great. They even included some lighting effects here. It's kind of hard to include that, you know, like we can't really see it here. You can only really appreciate it from the side there, and you have like that pretty subtle glow. So that makes sometimes it makes that a bit of a challenge. But anyway, let's head on in. They have this makeshift bridge using a whole bunch of different beams. Nice that we have like the contrasting colors here. We cross over, and all of a sudden, okay, somewhere in there, okay, Sassy Dragon is dressed up. That's okay, kind of dressed up. Yeah, she's dressed up. Damn, she dolled up with like this with a bunch of greens on top of her, butterflies on top as well. This makes for a great shot. She's like, yeah, I look good. What about it? If anything, no. This is what would happen. This is what would happen. I'd be like, dude, Sassy Draken looking good. And she'd be like, what? Are you saying I don't look good when I don't have all this stuff on? Men, right? That's okay, fine. Sheesh. Just trying to be nice here. But once we complete this journey through this foresty area, you know, it becomes very, very red, very Pandoran. But is it? I'm gonna mostly say yeah. Between the lanterns, the privacy screens up on the second floor, and of course Sassy Dragon and all this other setup, definitely does carry that Pandaran vibe really hard. In each corner here, more cherry trees. They are, yeah, they spared no expense with wanting to show this off. That's crazy. So we got options. We can go that way, or that way, or that way. So lots of different paths. This one's, the right path seems the least intimidating. So let's see what's going on. as we venture this way. Bit of a transition. So it's kind of funny. Like we have this again strong Pandaren theme in this staircase room. From bottom to the top. But then things start to shift. Like you can see, like the themes are like a little bit different as we go from like spot to spot. Here's no exception. Things kind of purple and blue themselves up. That's a weird phrase, but like I said, the theme changes, and then we enter this kind of like indoor garden. Very dense. There's a lot going on in this small room. Oh wow. So we're going over these fountain bridges. This is a fountain on its side here, and then on either side, super dense with lots and lots of greens on each side. It's very busy. I don't want to say it's too busy because it just looks really epic. But we can kind of sort of climb down here onto this swing that they had set up. Love the flower work here. Yeah, there's just like so much overgrowth that's happening here. And the builder was like, let it. It's okay. People be like, aren't you scared that this is gonna be like, nope, I fear nothing. Just let it grow, dude. Let it grow. So they just kind of let things just kind of get away with itself. Awesome. So we'll go through bridge number 2 because now we're in this. So now this kind of like shrinks up into a very tiny room. But also we go in here and oh wow. Whew. It feels like we're going back to the house again. But check out what they did here. So they're using these stables as like hills. So we're on top of these stables, and they just laid down one thing after another. Like this place is so caked with shop stuff. People who are gonna look at this in the VOD and be like, "Oh my god, Heartsteel!" But then it just looks great with how everything comes together. Stable, cherry tree. Pond right there too. So they just like line the floor with all this stuff. It's so much stuff from the in-game shop. But as we climb down, things sort of change a little bit here. Now things kind of clear up, but we have like this it's this whole collection of different colors and different themes coming together. So let me kind of use these walking stones here to kind of path us around. Starting off with one place to like sit, chill, and big in some. Actually, it's pretty darn big. Let me see how big. It is that big. So huge with that presentation. But then also we have like these other different kinds of nooks to go in. We have the night fae, that night fae structure, but then they also dressed it up with the trellis, the top of it. They threw greens on top of it, so they just kept like, "Oh, let's just keep piling stuff on," but it all lands really, really well. So here we go. Oh, the puppy and the lion, they're grooming each other. That's adorable. That's adorable. Yeah, great place to like hang out in. Over here, we have like this kind of heavy blood elf and paladin sort of representation. Well, warrior too. So let's just go with like blood elf stuff. So here's where they're working on things if they're not distracted by the visual feast that they surrounded themselves with. There's just so much. There's like so much going on in this outdoor room. Oops, sorry. So let's go back on this path here. So there's the tree that we were looking at just a little bit earlier. We'll go down here, past the privacy screen, just kind of like shuffle on over to this other aspirant pool where folks can chill. They can bathe too. Okay, so this is kind of like where they'll clean themselves up. Nice. I mean, it's an aspirant pool, so think of it more like a purification kind of thing too. Maybe not so much like a bathroom kind of thing. And we have this great view when we're down here, if we happen to be relaxing as well. Let's go up these shelves, these flowered shelves, up. They added some more to kind of like help us with the climb. We get to the top of this gazebo as well. That's acting as the roof from below. I just kind of noticed that. And once again, we have like these are really cool privacy screens. Very, very pretty because you have like these kinds of patterns going in. And also the coolness of it comes from that it's like semi-transparent too. That's neat. That's pretty darn neat. And then we have the view below. Now there's no keep in mind there was also no effort at all at setting up an illusion here. It's just like, all right, forget it. Let's just busy them up with everything that's happening out here instead. But this is great. Love these hills. I hope they come out with something like this with like gold or whatever soon, where we can like do these sorts of climbs and have this kind of like natural ground instead of having to like deal with the flatness of it. But yeah. Then I just noticed up top. That's right. There's like one more cherry blossom tree. They put it like right at the very top to give this sort of like cherry blossom world tree sort of vibe. And that's just and this is just the first wing. Oh boy. What else are we going to find here? Let me do one more shot of that because I don't think I got a proper shot of just what we're like getting into with this. That's intense. That is intense. Millions of gold went into this. Just went into that. Oh man. All right, so we're making our way back in the house. You can kind of see the frame in there that suggests, yes, that's the whole inside. We'll return to the main room. Didn't find the toilet yet, so let's go this way next. Let's just cut across. Check out the vine work here. Oh, wow. A lot of vines that are making a... They basically made a door out of vines. So we cross through this short hallway. Again, very, very dense with these greens. From there we go into... Oh boy. And here is the library. Here is this really, really tall... What is going... Wow, what? Okay, this is some magical stuff that's happening here. Oh, what a trip, dude. What a trip. Which way's up? Oh, man, I don't know. So they describe this room as a sort of jump puzzle sort of spot. There's a lot of crafted bookshelves. I think they embiggened them too. Actually, no, I'm not sure if they did. I think they did. But well, let's pace around and we'll look around some more. Oh wow. So the base of this right here, you'll notice like they rounded this out. They could have used, they could have used any number of things actually. They could have used an upside down fountain for this, but no, they went ahead with beams and beams. No, wait, actually no, those aren't beams. These are, okay, they are beams. Oh man. At first I thought these were canvas things. I'm like, yo, that's a lot of gold. Holy cow. But no, beams used for this to get that whole rounded shape. There is another room here. Oh, actually, this might be just a small, suddenly like red Diablo room. Wow. Okay, that got really heavy with the themes all of a sudden. Oh wow. Kind of sudden coming into this library. It's like, yeah, it's almost as if they're trying to invade the library. But all the greens are acting as wards and keeping them out. All right, so let's do this climb. Yeah, this is crazy. They filled out. Check out how they filled this out. We have this like small climb here, mini spiral kind of thing. But then they also added more beams to just kind of fill out the space. I mean, it's very cleanly done. It's just like, wow, that's a lot. So we get up here. We finally have a place to sit. Somehow we're going to relax, read stuff, while being surrounded by this intensity that's happening above us. This is crazy. All right. So I think yeah, there's supposed to be a jump puzzle kind of thing going. Let's do it. All right. So first off, we have a place where you want to put in the effort to like sit here. Sure, go for it. I want to relax here. Yeah, why not? And then from there we got like a couple. It looks like we have some paths, so we can go up to this upper floor, and but it looks like we can go higher and higher. So let's do that. These seem to be like pretty. It seems to be a very accessible kind of puzzle style. It's not meant to really challenge us. It looks like. So now we have like some pathing going there, and we're invited to go up and up and up. Or that way. Oh wow. Check that out. Hold on. I wanna see what's going on up here. Oh, I don't want to miss this. Oh yeah, great sunset room. Here, let me pan out a little bit. I think it'll look better like this. Yeah, neat. Great glows coming from this, by the way. Note how soft these are looking. The net won't let me see, it won't let me get really closer than that. So it's kind of hard to tell like exactly what kind of glow is being made there. Yeah, that's really good. Whatever it is, it's a lot. It's a whole lot. And it is a pretty legit light because you can see how much it's blasting that wall over there. So whatever it is, very, very bright. Yeah, great reading spot though. I mean, you definitely won't have trouble reading anything here, that's for sure. Oh wow. Pretty, 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 pretty. So we're gonna go back into we're gonna tone down the lights a little bit. Return to this spot here. And I think, how should I do this? So this will take us back to the middle, right? So I think I want to keep climbing. We're gonna keep climbing, and we'll see where this takes us. So we could, so you can see from down there, we had two paths. We can go up as we did, but we could also make our way across to this other platform there, and then from there climb even higher. So let's at least let's hop over real quick because I'm really good at that. And we have one more. So I hope that anyone who's here, they're like, okay, well, I can fly, or I'm a demon hunter or something like that, so I can easily get to these places. What about the normies? They're just gonna stay down there, or they're going to use like anti-grav stuff because at this point, notice here, everything's upside down. So the people who are here, they can and should be upside down. Like it's not too disorienting, but it's not disorienting. So let's do this climb. Make our way up, up, up. Books and books and books. And then we get up here. We are rewarded with more puppy and lion action. Nice. Place to sit. More of visual features. Okay, now we're close at eye level. Hey guys. So everyone's just hanging out here. Actually, so these guys are fine. These guys have mastered the whole anti-grav stuff. You know, they're not upside down. So they successfully made their way up. Well done. Good job on the jumping puzzle. Y'all get a prize. Here, grapes. Actually, grapes aren't good for puppies, I think. So never mind that. So grand, dude. And what a view from the top. It's just so busy. There's so much going on. And these are like really big pieces we're working with too. You know, keep that in mind. You know, it's epic looking, right? But it's also very large pieces that that bring this together. It's also a lot of shells. That's a lot of gold that went into this, or a lot of crafting too, let's be fair. And also big hostas that are in between each of these to avoid whatever gaps or walls that might be seen. And that helps to save on the budget if the greens are like that big. Of course, seeing it up close, we can kind of identify, okay, that's how big they are. But from below, it's harder to tell. Yeah, great stuff, though. And they were just like, okay, let me just cover up the roof with with the stables, with the hills. Oh, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. Like it's like the colors and how it all comes together. It's yeah. So let me see if I can. Yeah, I don't think I want to drop down like that. Let's go down safely, I guess. Make sure I don't disorient myself. Haha. All right, so we go that, jump across, and we are good. Yay! It's a hell of a room, though. Sheesh. Yeah, crazy stuff. So across here, some flower boxes as we make our way back to the middle. So now we're back in the stairwell room, but we're on the second floor, so we'll see what has been kind of obscured. So we're back in this kind of like, this kind of sort of Pandoran feel. Very interesting with the little flower box there. Otherwise, it's a place to sit. Maybe there's like experimental planting and stuff happening in that little corner. And perhaps another set of experiments here in this spot. And here. Yeah, dude, so much green. So heavy on the greens. That's crazy. And crazy good. Yeah, they just, it feels like they wanted to just make sure that every wall panel, like everything, wherever they can, just fill it out. Fill it out with more stuff. So we kind of keep up with this Pandoran vibe as we're up here. Looks like we might be going outside. Or maybe we already are outside. It's a little bit hard to tell. Oh, no. This is a room because you can see like the normal floor. But then, yeah, they threw down more of those pawns back here. Okay, ooh, I like this kitchen. Oh, this is a cool kitchen setup, actually. So here's our bar. Kitchen's back there, but here's our bar setup. Here we sit, do our thing, and then we got a good glance at the kitchen out there. I really like the way that this comes together, too. Nice natural stuff. This is using like just Gilnean bench, no, tables, Gilnean benches, tables, sorry, to make this surface here, for like the back area. Then we can get a glance at the people who are working. So just imagine this place like full of activity, people running around, the flames just, popping as they're flipping stuff. That's a really cool vibe. We'll go closer into that kitchen in just a bit, but let's take a look. And I guess people can grab stuff if they wanted to, and otherwise can sit and enjoy a meal, starting off with some snackies. And then, okay, so these are window illusions. Yeah, great window work too. Pretty unique. We have some trellis work that's being done here. It looks like that's one that's flipped onto its side, it appears. Yeah, notice how we have it like that, and then if we can like sort of kind of flip it. I'm doing very bad at this, but it looks like it's on its side, creating that frame in here. So that way you can get a little bit of extra air inside. And great view outside too. They managed to fit that Pandoran bell out there. Maybe it's kind of being an illusion. I think that works. We'll pan around a little bit more. So there's the bar area again. Once again, we have like this, instead of a table setup, we just have a place to sit and we can look outside. Some Herondar greens are also being used as wall setups. Yeah, nice and filled out. Very minimal on the lighting. Doesn't seem to be needed anyway. It's like, we're working with the default lighting, so nothing necessary there. And again, we have that whole filled out bar space. Plenty of food, drinks, good stuff. But now I want to take a look at this kitchen. So we do also include like some pretty heavily kit bash stuff in the kitchen area. We have this kind of modern style stove / oven. And what do we have here? Stone walls help to make the framing here. I think this is like an upside down table. So that we have the framing of the table here, but then this surface here is, I see. There's a lot that went into this. So wall, This happens to be like the part of a not I think that's a part of a chimney or stove, because you see like the brick shape there, right? I think that's what that is. This happens to oh, they use the cheese platter, an upside down cheese platter, just for the handle. Oh, that's pretty good. I mean, it only takes one budget too, so that's pretty good to have like a wide handle setup. And each of these knobs look like fence posts. Yeah, fence post there. And then you have your bottles, I believe. This has been a popular one too, to have like the whole electric burner. That's neat. Yeah, great stove work there. And then otherwise, full pantry area. Things are looking stock. The place is busy. Food's out, ready to go. Stuff is waiting to be picked up from the help, including some drinks. Yeah, great. Really, really filled out. I like this here too because it's a very, I don't want to say basic, but it's a very simple spread of decor. You should just have your sturdy cabinets, a couple of shelves here, done, and then just fill out with all the details. It's kind of a reminder that for some of the crazy parts that we've seen just in this build, you can also achieve like some very filled out spots. It feels very lived in. It feels very busy and alive. Just with using stuff that you mostly get from endeavors, from Founders Point, or the neighborhoods that are fairly easy to acquire too. So it's not like you have to get the shop stuff and all the crazy crafted stuff in order to achieve a good build. Now, if you want to make something that just really pops, of course, that's going to be a bit different, and you might be looking at throwing down or investing a little bit more into it. So yeah, this actually takes us to a dead end, so we can actually retreat from this taverny or restauranty area and head over to a different wing here. Yeah, very cool back there. Very, very cool. So while we're back here, oh, actually, this whole part seemed to be closed off. Oh, interesting. So, yeah, we don't really come down from here. We can just kind of like peek at where we were. But then so that's that spot. So I think we're going this way now. And we get a glance at these flanking aquariums. Ah, pretty. It's been a while since I've seen this style. This is the style that uses the ethereal prism. That's how you're getting this kind of like a windy effect. A lot of time people will use this for wind. Sometimes it's used for water stuff. You can see below the little like wispy things that are flying around. Those are coming from moonwells to make that sort of shape. And then you have these silhouette fishies doing its thing. And here you have other fishies doing it. Oh, that's great. Oh, I love this. They have like their own little like fish castle kind of thing, using those windows that are flipped around. That's pretty. That's a very, very pretty aquarium. That Murgle she's like, yep, we're chilling. We're vibing here. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Same kind of structure isn't being shown here, which means these fish are at war with these other fish. Like these dudes are like, oh, check us out. So we got our own castle. We got a Miss Murgle here who we're chilling with. These guys are like second class. So at some point, these dudes, these four, you know what's gonna happen, right? They're gonna rise up. They're gonna somehow bust their way through, right? Bust through the ceiling, somehow make their way over the ceiling and dip their way inside, or maybe they won't dip their way inside. They're just going to change the pH, and then they're all dead. And then who's in charge? Fish, right? We can make fish stories too. All right, so let's get through here and into another stairwell room that I think is gonna bring us down. Oh, look, dude, get a room, buddies. Sheesh. Yeah, I gotta say that's pretty though. That is kind of pretty. I think that's cool. This is the kind of thing you see on like a postcard or something like that. Yeah. All right. Let's make our way down though. Yeah, we have the whole silhouettes. You have yeah. This feels like such an Instagram shot. And oh, what do we have here? We have this very gnarly chandelier style kind of thing happening here. This is just a lot. We start with the Arkandor. We have an upside down fountain. We have string lights that are kind of holding all these things up, suspended in the air. That's crazy. We also have this kind of like grand light fixture here. Whole bunch of ogre lights. Along with I'll tell you what they did. That's cute. They have the vines that are like tracing all across here. I don't know if it's trying to make a heart as well. Maybe, maybe not. No, I think it's just this whole natural growth kind of thing that's just kind of going around, dripping its way down. That's adorable. So let's make our way down the stairs and the paving stones. Get to the bottom of here. There's something under them stairs, but also, dude, this thing is like so heavy with the cherry trees and ponds and whatnot. Inside this spot, oh, hello, Miss Burgle, appears to be a bathroom. And a very grand bathroom it is. So first off is the toilet. We found it. Let's sit. How are we looking? We're sitting pretty good. I'm dangling a little bit. But otherwise, I think I'm doing okay. Very filled out. We have a couple things happening here. Actually, we have several things happening here. So we got a paving stone at the bottom, and then a stool that's helping to make the base, followed by okay. So we have the upside down prey trophy case thing, helping to be the base. Okay, there's a lot of pieces that they use to make this into a thing. So here's like the water. Here's the puppy water bowl that's being used. You know, great stuff for the surface. And then the tank is using this shelf. Nice. Very nice. And we got our handle too. Boop. Excellent. Excellent. Now it's a very filled out bathroom too. There's a lot. I like how all this comes together. It feels like the kind of bathroom that it's meant for like guests to use every now and then. It's not for like everyday use, it feels like. Because it's too clean. Or at least it feels like it's too much. Like it's not for daily use. It's for like, you know, special occasions and whatnot. So otherwise, lights are off. Maybe it's used for storage every now and then. You know, no one comes in here. Everyone else is using like a different bathroom or whatnot. It's all good. But yeah, look, because it looks great. Especially great for like what is just under a stairwell. So really nice. All right, so we're downstairs and now we're going back to the mid. So I think we've kind of like I've kind of gone around, but have I gone through every wing? So that's the entrance, right? We went through here. That was the double bridge. That led outside. This was the viney spot. Okay, so I think we have seen the whole place. Nice. So let me do a quick jog. Yeah, I think this place has probably the most shop heavy place that I've seen. And again, I ain't gonna judge. You know, I'm just I definitely wanted to point it out because it's hard to ignore just how heavy the usage was here. I still like how everything landed. It's just a lot. It's just a whole lot of it, man. Wow. All right. It's a lot of gold, man. It's a lot of gold that went into this. Ooh, boy. Because notice here, cherry trees even up top here. So they're like falling up. Which is a trip, dude. That's a trip too, man. Oh boy. All right. Very nice. Let's head over to number 2. We're going to Chesto's place. All right. Oh, all right. Uh, oh boy, messages. Okay, so oh, I totally forgot about buying stuff in the trading post. Darn. Oh well, the month just started, so we're good. Sets complete. All right. Ew. Oh wow. Okay, I got a back. Oh, what the hell is that? That's crazy. Okay. All right, folks. This is Chesto's place. Now we're over in the spooky parts of Founders, and I like this shot already. It's a manor. It's an estate. You know, we have the house on top of a hill, basically. And down here is where the rabble try to scrape by and they try to eke out their living. You know, while the opulent, the rich, they live in that. Oh, that looks epic from here. So here's the boss, right? Feels like the boss. And okay, well, let's try that again. There's the okay. Never mind. Let's just face them right there. So there's the boss. And what's he doing? He's plotting. What's he plotting? He's plotting to take over the house. He doesn't actually own the house, but he is vying to take control of it. You know, he's like, you know, I've had it with those rich bastards up there, you know, thinking they're better than us and yeah, and so on and so forth. I'm going to take it back and I'm going to give everything to the people. Let's see how that works out. Watch, it's like a fun house in there. It's like full of like toys and candy and all that stuff. And no, I'm going with the story of like, you know, we're taking over, we're taking it back. You know, generations of my people have toiled the land here all for nothing. You know, we barely get paid and you know, we're suffering, yada yada yada. We barely even get a proper burial. And my God, that thing just got bigger, I swear. Yeah. So something I'm taking it back. Trust. Now, the spread here is really epic. Oh wow, we have it's like a car ramp almost. Sheesh. So we go into this lot. We have fences. These paving stones lead us up to that big ramp that takes us all the way to the entrance there. And then yeah, great use of the budget here. Great use of the expanded budget, it feels like, because we have greens all around to kind of like dress up the rocks, make it feel more natural. Back here, it's a little bit more naked looking because you gotta hit your limit sometime. But a great job of surrounding the spot with these convincing pieces to make it feel like this house on top of a hill that we're gonna take over. Watch, watch, watch. So let's head out. Let's head up proper now. It's like that part of the Morgan intro where you ride the carriage up the hill. It could be that, yeah. But this time, no. Let's see how far I can take this narrative of us, staging a protest or maybe a violent rebellion, right? Has a heavy Worgen vibe, or I'm sorry, heavy Gilnean vibes though. You can see the use of this decor here, and of course you have the wagons down there as well. Yeah, lots of use of these walls. Nice and cheap too. These are quite versatile. Fun to use. Very, very fun to use. And here you got your flight point. But the secret here is we feed the bird. Make sure it's like, nice and full. So that way it doesn't really want to go anywhere. That way, when we chase the owner out, the real owner out, they can't escape by a flight point. Then we got him. Mm-hmm. One, but well, is it 300 gold per? I didn't realize it was that much. That's how out of touch I am, I think. All right, so as we go in, we go in through a side door, actually. We're going through a side door, a bit of a messy entrance as we go in, but we immediately go in through a Worgen wagon setup. Very interesting. And off to the side here, a little bit of an outdoor illusion, right? Water is flowing. We have a kind of a hint of a sky there. Supplies being thrown down. Then we crawl through here, and okay, we're welcomed in. Darn. Okay, so there goes that whole narrative. Ruined. But we're welcome into a bar, big restaurant area, and then this huge. Oh wow, that's a bright old window. Shucks. But I think we can see outside from here too, right? Yeah, we can see outside from here. So here's like a VIP sort of spot. Great place to chill. Have a little. Oh, it's a hand smoke. This feels like an individual, like an individual sort of smoke. Okay, so the notes say that this is the Howling Inn, so I'm totally off. The theme rooms for different races. There's a night garden, a spa, a cafe, and budget rooms for the workers. Oh, here we go. We might be able to pull it off still. Let's see if we can salvage it. I'm not going to try and force a story if it feels too awkward. But if it happens, it happens. Oh, holy moly. Wow. Okay, this is an inn. This is a tower. This is a tower of comfort. Or a hotel. Nice. So, this is kind of like the check-in spot, right? It's like, yo, I want to get like a table for me and my crew. We're here to take over. Just kidding. We're here to like hang out, chill, vibe. But we got plenty of drinks set up. No bar room though. Just go ahead and grab your stuff and then have a seat with all your mates. Snacks are out, ready to go. One place for potty right there in the corner. Nice. Nice and easy. And then back here in the kitchen area, note how it's framed here. You know, it's framed using this big old draconic table. Boom, plop that thing down. And that helps to, that helps to create this whole shape. Huge kitchen setup, by the way. And it's the grill. Okay. This is easily the biggest grill that I've seen. So they're doing some big smoking here. You know what they're making here though, right? Fish. It's got to be fish. There's one reason why you're going to have a vent this big. It's got to be fish. It must be the worst fish ever. Heck yeah, dude. You can see on the side some plans for Gilneas, of course. Here's where we're serving from. Condiments and other things to add for the drinks. It's all good. Oh, and check this out. Very interesting door. Are those are just rocks, right? They seem different somehow. Oh, because I think they're going through the door. Okay. So that it's meant to just be like this big frame. That's a lot of rocks. That's neat. That's very unique. I like that. It, it almost looks fuzzy, doesn't it? When I first look at this, I'm like, oh, that's a really fuzzy, these almost look like cushions of sorts. So I find that very interesting. All right, so we got to climb ahead of us, but and I did see stairs there, and also the TV. Oh, nice. What are we watching? Not the World Cup. Boo! Change the channel. But we are being let up, and otherwise we're going to be going that way, right? Yeah, we're going to be going that way. Let's go. It does look fuzzy, right? I think that's neat. That's neat. So, okay. Okay, this is a great idea. What better idea? Once you're done eating, let me close these straps and whatnot. You're done eating, and then you come in straight for the soak. Is that healthy? I don't know. But is this a sauna? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They even have the circulating air to just kind of make sure that, you know, not all the heat is just stuck in one place. This is very spacious in here. We still manage to have like the low roof, but of course we also have like this really intense, uncontrollable fires that are going here. So I think having the bit of temperature regulation, I think that helps a lot. But yeah, we are cooked. Oh boy. It's almost like this is the oven, and what's being served are people. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what's actually going on. So it's not, so the big vent, it's not to get the smell of fish out, but burnt people. Hmm. Perhaps. Perhaps. Killer sauna, though. Maybe literally. So let's make our way up now. Up these shelves. Shelf, 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 shelf. Shelf, 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 shelf. Very steep climb, too. So we get up, once we get up top, so second level, but over on this side appear to be rooms. Nice. Ooh. And here are some of the guests. It's a pet hotel. Perhaps. I don't know. Well, let's go and check out each of these rooms. So I don't expect anything. Yeah, I don't expect anything too crazy. It's an inn, you know, so I don't expect a lot of personalization unless it happens to be a place where that is currently occupied. You know, so from there we might see a couple of little things here, but in this case, we just have a fairly in character styled room. Now, interesting, we have two Gilnean rooms, and then this one opts for some of the sturdy furniture. So this is like, these are like the cheap seats, you know what I mean? Anyone who wants to step it up, get a bit of a nicer bed, you're paying 3 times the price because you got to make that money. Absolutely. It's a lot of fuel to power that sauna. You know what I mean? It's not just natural stuff that's going in there. A lot of fuel, a lot of maintenance as well. So there seems to be more climb here using a whole bunch of trellises. And yeah, this is going to be quite a ways up. So let's go across here. Oh wow. So very windy too. So it appears like we're going to be going up here and then across this bridge. Now how we're using all these beams. And we're probably going to, you know, go out and around and then do the climb. That's cool. That's neat. I like it mostly because it's simple. It's a one-way path, and I appreciate that. So at the second level here, a different sort of, so just kind of a coffee bar. So the partying and whatnot is happening downstairs. It's a little bit quieter up here. So I'll have a couple shots. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. But just give me like 6 shots and put it straight into the cup, okay? Thanks. Having some snacks here. So I imagine this feels like it's for folks who had already like checked in and whatnot. They want to come down for a bite to eat, but they don't want to go all the way down for like a full dinner or whatnot. They're just here to like grab a couple things, you know, stand around, get their things done, and then go back to business. Because, you know, this is tavern. There could be anything happen in this tavern. You know, you might be here to sleep. You might be here to meet up with someone. You might be here to conduct deals. You might be here to, you know, because you invited someone over and you need a place, you need a bed to share with your special little someone, just for a quick thing. And then over here, we're presented once again with some options. So that's going to take us up. So I think we're going to go there last. These are mysteries. They almost seem thematic. You know, here is the Kultiran wing. Here is the rugged wing. I'm feeling rugged today, though, baby. So let's go through past the hill, the hay, and into the rugged room, complete with role play chair. Okay, so it's called the Howling Inn. Oh, we're gonna be doing some howling here too. So okay, so this sort of room, place to sit. I get it. Bed, standard, but also weapons, a fancy chair, and spiked gloves. you know, do we sleep in this room? No. I think I think this is the least used part of the room. I think the table is probably the most used part of the room, dude. Bet. Bet. Let's go into the Kulturen room and see what kind of things happening here. Tentacle fireplace, that's always hot. Lobster, even crazier. Rope, big rope. Lot of rope, actually. Okay. 2 tentacle fireplaces. All right. And nets and fishing equipment. And we don't know what's inside the chest either. Oh man. A lot of good sleeping happening in this room. Need the rope for my build. These are readily available too. You can get these in the neighborhood. So nice and affordable. Oh, lamppost. Okay. Yeah, so those deluxe rooms, oh, they're used for some. You know, I haven't seen this bell actually. I'm very unfamiliar with this. This comes from just the quest. Huh. Kind of odd that I haven't really seen this. Because it seems like it would be fairly accessible to get too. All right. Where do you get the Cthulhu head? That is not a standard thing. Actually, I don't recall. It's not a neighborhood thing, but it's something from Battle for Azeroth. It's a dungeon. Shrine of the Storm. Beat them up, get a fireplace. There you go. I've seen it's just made small. Oh, okay. Okay, so that's just like a bigger version. Okay. All right. So we're going through a library setup right now. Lots of collections here. Any secrets though? Doesn't appear to be any yeah, I see no secret shelves here. So it's just more like a, you know, a gallery spot as you're making your way through the tavern. Gift shop, actually. You know, if you want to pick up something nice. Let's head on up. Trellis, 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 trellis. Very, very unsafe climb, I should add. This is not for the kids, right? Most of this place is not all that kid-friendly, I don't think. But now we reach this upper floor, and okay, portal. That'll take it. Okay, so now back to the whole themed room sort of vibe. Actually, I don't think this is a room. Oh, okay, this is a room, but I don't think this portal is going to take us anywhere. This should be a dead end. But it does take us to other spots. They just have like this crazy portal setup there that guides us in to the void room. Boom, just a boom, just a boom, just a boom. Oh, they skinned this up really hard too. Notes the very solid colors we're seeing with these hard violets plus the grays here. Oh wait, these are different pieces. Oh, interesting. What is being used here? This is so it's a little gray looking, but it's using the control console there, and then this happens to be also the control console. Really, it's that big, huh? I didn't realize that these consoles were big enough to fill up a wall. Interesting. And then, of course, la bed. And some illicit drinks, which I always find very, very suspicious. All right. So let's back out of here. Yeah, very interesting themes going on in this tavern, dude. Let's check out this whole engineering spot too. Because I think, oh wow, really dressed up transition. So it's kind of neat because it's like, okay, no doors here. But instead they just dress this up really, really heavily. Large pieces, gears, lights, privacy screens, or I'm sorry, these are actually weapon racks being used. Somewhere here, I think, is a bed. Oh, there it is. Oh no, this isn't a bed. This is an MRI. that's, that's that's interesting. That's interesting. So in we go. In this very heavily themed room. And all right, guys, I'm going to go to bed. If you're not going to bed, you're getting tested. We're checking for bone fractures and stuff. So good luck. We'll see you in 20 minutes. And here's the waiting room. All right, as folks are waiting for their turn on the MRI. That's hella funny. I'm very entertained by that being used as a bed. That's a first. That is a first. I love that. That's very cool. All right, so we're going to retreat back, and then we'll see what's going on in that portal before we continue the climb, which is a showered climb. So we get ourselves clean. Apparently, I guess we get ourselves cleaned up there. So what's going on in the fell room? You want to guess? Fell stuff, perhaps? Oh, yeah. So in this case, the razor wind fountain is helping to skin the floor here. And here is the bed, I guess. You can, okay, it's not a bed. It is straight up cave. Oh no, poor Murgles. But they seem so happy in there. So maybe for them it's like it's a ride. Like, oh, we're gonna have a good time here. It's gonna be great. And then interestingly enough, a coffin. We usually see this go with the like a Forsaken theme kind of place. But no, in this case, fell stuff. I would imagine that these racks here are also serving as beds. So nice and comfortable. Or they might be sleeping on the chains. They'll just kind of like strap themselves up and then that's it. They just go to bed like that. Semi-impaled by super spiky chains. Fun. So I think now we're going to be making our way up. Boop. And, this kind of has a escalator vibe to it somehow. I'm not seeing anything mechanical and whatnot, but it just kind of has that feel of like I should be able to just kind of stand here and then, escalator my way up. And in the meantime, this thing washes me. So I feel like I'm in a people wash. I'm going back to the whole, are we just cooking people in this house? Oh, okay, this is very interesting. The walk check is very funny here. Here. Let's see how this looks. So we're going up these Gilnean walls as steps. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so actually oh no, it's the camera angle from how close I am. So if I go first person, then I'm fine. Okay. All right, so we get, oh, there's more. Oh, we're still not done. We still have a whole nother level. Okay, so now we've reached like the Blood Elf floor. And inside, oh, so they get their own floor. All right. And I'd say out of all the rooms that we've seen so far, this is almost the most normal one. Almost. Yeah. Great theme. Solid. Now, as for what we're drawing, what is being drawn here? I don't know. I will say that this is the most the safest room out of all the places in this inn. This has been quite a journey. We started downstairs in that pretty filled out bar, and then don't forget the big sauna. We're going up to like all these wild themes. All right, so let's go up a little bit more. And now we're doing this very, very steep climb. We're doing like this pretty much 50-degree angled climb. But it's working. The walk check is fine. Great work. So this has got to be like the penthouse, all right? We got to see like the craziest stuff in here. The most eclectic of kinks and or I don't know. But what do we get here? We're going through this cave area. We have like this troll theme. Actually, we have a mix of themes. Holy cow. We've got troll theme stuff. We've got draconic theme stuff. We have a blizzard bug as well. This place has everything. Oh my god. This is amazing. Here we have, they've contained the Eye of Acaris. That looks really neat somehow. Yeah. That's neat. It's like this whole prison for the eye. And I'm very fascinated by this, especially because the way you notice how you see the water effects that are coming from the whole rotating thingamabobber. It has this, I don't know, it comes with this whole dramatic effect, so it's like, just pretend like the Eye of Acros was like talking. It's like, you champion, free me, and then you have that whole effect. It's like this booming voice that's trying to come out. And we're like, yeah, I'm just a guest here. I'm just like kind of chilling, doing my thing. I'm looking for the bathroom. Have you seen the bathroom? And then the Eye of Acros is like, to my left. I'm like, all right, to the left. Hey, thanks, buddy. No, free me. Nope, can't do it. Can't. I gotta go. I gotta go. Oh, look, a toilet. Let's do it. See? At least he was helping out. Now, I like this room too, though. Nice themes, great colors that are dancing together. One Reptar. One Johnny. There we go. Johnny's here to hang out with us in this troll room. Very nice. And then let's check out this draconic style room. Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great theme. They grab the cable. Boom. Here's your walls. Just like that. And then we have our nut. Okay, that's okay, that is, this is like the equivalent of having a waterbed, right? Where you're like, dude, babe, we gotta get the bed that like vibrates and lights up. She's like, we're not getting the room with the vibrating bed. Yeah, well, okay. We don't have to do the vibrating part, but it lights up. It's so cool. You'll love it. She's like, what's the point of the light? You always have your eyes closed anyway. No. And then, things just get really awkward there too. So cool bed. Cool bed. And I think we still have to, I think we need to cut across too. Yeah, so we're going around the prison eye. Sorry, buddy. Maybe the next person will come by and free your butt. But me, nope, I'm exploring. I'm busy. No, most of these beds are not for sleeping. Not at all. All right, so let's go through. What? Oh, we're going through a wagon again. All right. Going through this transition wagon and into what might be outside. Yeah. The last room. The boss room, actually. And what do we have out here? Herondar vibes. Pretty heavy. With not just Herondar vibes. We have some strong naturey sorts of vibes happening too. But then in the centerpiece here, big fountain that they have set up with a mysterious force vying for control. Back there is, I'm going to guess, is the last. Oh, it's the boss, right? Yeah, boss is right there. And this is where they sleep. Because it's like, probably like, again, one of the safer rooms in this. I mean, this is the penthouse, right? So we could say like, this is like the top of the keep. Because remember, this whole place started off as this really opulent looking, rich looking castle and all that. So this is like the very tip top of it. You know, here's like the top of the tower, whatnot. Really great dressing with the Caldorite tent because we have like this cool shaping here. Kept it on theme by also using the doorway as to help round that out. Everything else is cool until you like run off and then you'll fall off the manor. Then it's all bad. But in there, the boss's bedroom, and no one knows what's going on in there because mysterious. All that. Cool place, dude. This was fun. This was fun. Lots of little lots of very different themes, and it kind of keeps us guessing as to like, okay, so are we sleeping here? But I'm guessing no. I'm guessing that there's not a whole lot of actual sleeping that happens in this town. Lots of partying though. Lots of partying. Lots of shenanigans and deviant behavior. Yeah, thanks for showing us your place, dude. All right, let me double check newsy things right quick. Today's Thursday, right? Yeah. Wait, they did the recap already. It's only Thursday. Yeah. Okay. That's different. Quality of life stuff, trading posts, short story, shop stuff. Okay. So, um I'm kind of thrown off there. All right. By the way, thanks to Chesto. One for letting us visit your place, but two for subscribing, much appreciated. Also, thanks to COS Observatory for subscribing, appreciate it. Tomorrow's a holiday. That's right. That's right. Good point, gamer girl. Good point. All right, so we're heading over to Brenna's place next. And I believe Brenna had said that they are that their son from Australia is over. I believe they said that. That's fun. That was Friday. I'm off this weekend. It's messed up in my like actually, should I do a weekly? Right? Would that be a thing? Could that be a thing? Because, I mean, tomorrow my wife is off of work too. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. Tyler's losing his voice, so they wants to get it out before that happens. Oh, that sucks. Someone that works in the okay. All right. Need a minute. Yeah, like I said, I kind of tired myself out yesterday, physically. All right. Let's do it. Yesterday's taking its toll. Kind of. Kind of. I know I'm feeling like a little tired from yesterday still. So hopefully that's not really affecting today's visits. That's the only real concern that I have. Oh, there's the boss. Oh, look at that. More coffee. No, I've I've learned my lesson. If I have the coffee too fast, that also affects the visits in a not good way. So I want to make sure I don't get too jumpy or too hyper because then I start like I've noticed I start shooting the camera around a lot more. I feel a little bit more rushed, and I don't like that. Um, I'm going at my time, going at my pace, baby. All right. Welcome to Bad Brenna's place, which I believe I referred to her as Brenna before, but now she's Bad Brenna. Ooh, so we're getting kind of Ooh, we're getting kind of naughty now. We're over here in Razorwind, and we're on the coast in a plot that is less familiar for me. But dude, check out what we have. We have a whole house pool party happening. Uh, it's not a moat. It's a pool party that they have here. So it's a very, very festive start to this build. I'm gonna start off from the outside here because I ain't getting to the water yet. I'll let them do their thing. But it's a party going on out here. This is the kind of play, dude. This is, you know what happens here? Reality TV stuff, right? This is where you have everyone, I'm from Miami. I'm just here. I'm trying to be a nurse. And, well, and then she's like smoking hot and all that. And not to say that that's not a thing, but this whole setting here, it has total reality TV vibes. Yeah, 100%. So here we're like gathering around. Oh my God, that was a thing. So we're gathered around, and here's one of the contestants, Miss Merkel. She's like, I'm just here, to like, make some new friends and roast marshmallows and just have a good time, guys. And then all of a sudden she's like, she's either hitting on everyone or she's just starting smack with like all the other contestants. That's what could be happening here. Yeah. Yeah. Watch out. Watch out for Murgle. She's like freaking devious. Maybe. Maybe. But here's where we think, where we're given the illusion, oh yeah, everyone gets along here, everyone's having a good time. No, they're talking hard smack all the time. Well, let's look at the spread. We got this great outdoor barbecue kind of spots. Super, again, very, very uh, party themed. Places to sit, gather around under this giant tent. Yeah, it's such a cool vacation spot. If not the whole reality TV thing we're trying to put together, this just has like some really cool vacation vibes. Yeah, I'm at a resort. You know, if you want to take that other plot out, I'm at a cool resort. We're hanging out. We can like take a dip into the water. It's very shallow, but it's all good because we also got this killer view, and we're like right next to the beach too, so we can like play and do stuff. Yeah, look! Oh my God, bird, run! Ah! And then everyone's running because a scary bird. Uh, but yeah, great outdoor spot. Even comes with its own hot tub set up here. Boom. So here's like the hot tub. If you win the game against the other people, then you and the bachelor at or whoever, you get 1 day in the hot tub. Boom, boom, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, the hot tub! I love the hot." Yeah, yeah, total reality TV. Sorry, I went back to that because it's just screaming at me right now. It's absolutely screaming at me. So back to the front of the house. We have this nice marble climb over the bridge, past the moat slash pool, shallow pool, and then into the house. As for other spots here, we can kind of notice like a couple of like purple lights here. Again, festive mood, bright lights. Here, let me do a thing real quick. So like here's the show at night. It's like, all right, here's like the nighttime episode. We're gonna get together, woo, party. And then here's again the special hot tub where anything can happen in the hot tub, guys. Yeah. I don't really watch reality TV, by the way, so I don't know what goes on. I'll just see like the little highlights, and that's as much as I'm getting out of it. The last show that I watched, or actually the only show that I've really watched, was one of the early ones. It was called Joe Millionaire, where the main guy Joe, he was just a dude, right? He was just a dude, and they started a show, And they're like, "Oh yeah, you're going to date this millionaire guy," but he wasn't really a millionaire. He was just like a plumber or something like that. And so they wanted to see if, like, the ladies would fall in love with the guy. And that's the one that I watched the most. And that's because I forgot. I think it played on Mondays or something like that. And then a whole bunch of friends, we would all get together. We'd be playing like different games and things like that. And at the time, that show would get on, and then a bunch of us would watch it too, and we'd just talk a little smack. So that is the one show I watched, and yeah, so fun. All right, as soon as we go in, we have this. Ooh, this is a dressed entrance. It almost feels like they were just like, okay, let me put something on top of this, and then let me put something on top of this, and I'll do it again. Actually, it seems like it's just two things. So we start off with, so there's a mirror down there. The main frame here is the Suramar window. And then there's that mirror plus, oh, I think it's two of the mirrors. Yeah, one mirror up here and then one down here. So 1, 2, we have that sort of pattern. Neat. Oh, and an anvil because they wanted to get the whole knocker. But it's on the outside. Maybe it could be on the inside too. So it's kind of like the knocker to leave. It's a prison house. Probably not. So according to the notes here, okay, I was totally right. Welcome to the Party Palace, where friends gather to enjoy food, drink, games, and so much more. After all the fun, we rejuvenate ourselves in the Blood Elf style bathhouse. And there's a lot of original art. The perfect place to host a reality TV show. Oh my God, look at this pretty place and blah, blah, blah. And then they do the games and it's all drama from there. Yep. So let's head on inside, check out what's good. Oh, we can immediately, okay, total. We immediately come in, shots. Let's go. So we're coming in sloshed immediately. Ooh, check this out. A whole bunch of these tables, they just kind of smash them together to make this cool pattern. That's neat. Yeah, so they were not kidding about having you a wow thing there. Okay, we're going through quite the gallery, buddies. So let's take a look at what we've got. Now, some of this might feel abstract to me. Maybe I'm just not getting it. So if you guys want to like chime in and be like, ooh, 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 I know what it is. It's this and this, please feel free. Because I might be a total idiot when it comes to this sort of stuff. Because so far it just looks like, oh, that's pretty. That's neat. And then notice how they have like the whole frame set up. And from there, background is using the natural elegant rug. And then they put the art on there. I just want to pan out and make sure what we're looking at here. Oh, a whole bunch of horologic cubes there as well. And then check this out. Ooh, very flowery. Flowers, flowers, flowers. And then little like cups as well. To introduce, like, they look like bubbles almost. Yeah. Very bright. Very, very festive. I like this one too. This one has like this kind of like bold stripe. It's like a whole swing set that seems to be there. A very naturey vibe. Purple water, clear skies, nice and bright. Yeah, and they're trying to make the light kind of like shine down as well. That's neat. That's hella neat. All right, so we got options. Left, center, right. We'll go through the mystery door first. Let's see what we got. Themed room. So we immediately go rugged, and the size of this bed. Yo, you can't tell. Okay, you can't tell me this is not this whole reality TV thing where there's like 6 people in this bed. This is huge. This is so huge, dude. Oh, that's wild. That's wild, man. Yeah, massive, massive bed for all sorts of fun, like pillow fights and, oh boy, other shenanigans over here. We got our big drinks. You know, it's just a big room. There we go. Let's go with that. It's just a big, big room because here we go. We got like big shelves, big countertops, huge mirrors. I can barely climb on top of this thing. Yo, let's go. Right? Neat stuff. And then a whole bunch of these are being used too. So this handle is being used in all sorts of places. You know, lots of community coupons being used as handles here. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen that being used for something like this, but now that we're seeing it like used in bulk, I like the theme. I'm convinced. I think this is a great takeaway for folks who want to have like either a knocker or just like something big where you want to have like big ringed handles like that. That's cool. Okay, so we got the big bed, and we got one chair right over there in the corner. Just the one chair. Pretty heavy themes here. Pretty. This is very much an adult house. Very adult house. Where is my mind today? Is it me? Is my mind just in the gutter this morning? Or are we just seeing like some very adult themed homes today? That's kind of what I'm getting out of this. Okay, it feels like, okay, we got this kind of low shower, almost a sit down shower. But then we got our nice big tub here too. And from here, we have a little some more artwork here, something that's a little wispy. That's very cool, somewhat abstract. And of course, we got our full functioning toilet, our vanity, double vanity even. So that way you have like two people here and they're both talking about like whoever, whether it's two guys talking about the girl, two girls, you know, whatever. And they're just talking smack. Of course, gotta have that. Gotta have that. You think it's a urinal? That's a huge urinal. But then again, we are seeing some big pieces here. No, I'm going to go with the shower. Because here we see we have some product over here, some product up there. And because, of course, you're doing your hair, doing whatever. You know, why not? Why not? My parents aren't here. I'm finally 18. I can do what I want. So, yeah, why not? Why not? Again, strong themes in this house, dude. All right, so I think we'll go this way next. Let's see where this takes us. Oh, the feasting happens. And what are we having? Drinks. All the drinks. Look at the size of these bottles, dude. Wow. So like here's the wine, but here's like the hard stuff. That's kind of what I'm going with. You know, the unlabeled things that we have here, you know, they emptied it out, put them on, you know, took out the labels, and now we're just having like these big shot glasses. Oh, that's huge. Like here's the little wine glass. Shot glasses. Let's go. They're bowls. Yo, the folks in here, they party so hard. Here's me though. I'm having some of this because I'm like, I gotta like sort of water down this alcohol and all that. I gotta stuff myself full of something. I can't do this on an empty stomach. So I'm gonna have like this pure fudge cake. This thing is heavy. It's like a brick. It's like a log, almost literally a log. Ooh, and I'll have some what feel like macaroons. Maybe those are cookies, but I'm gonna say macaroons because I love macaroons. So good. All right. So here's where everyone's gathering, partying, having a good time. There's the library. No one's going to read here. Nope, sorry. No, don't worry. We're going to look at it. I'm just kind of like panning across. Oh, really neat. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to look at this really quick because wow, mirrors. So many mirrors. Such a vain room. It's kind of a trip walking through here. If only we can see our reflection. That would be so cool if we can see our reflection. And it would be such a killer on our video cards if we can see a reflection here and here, and then we can have this whole infinite reflection and it'll just crash everyone's systems. That'd be freaking amazing in the worst way. But we'll go back there in just a bit. I'm just kind of again panning around. So there's the kitchen area. It looks like. All right. So we're going to the kitchen. Let's go. So of course, in a house like this, you got to have, when you have a big crowd, of course you're gonna have this sort of like industrial level kitchen happening here. And so of course, using these draconic tables, some mirrors, and shelves, here you go. Huge, huge spots. Oh, that's really nice. Little hanging stuff for the crock pots. Recipe notes, things like that to like leave for like for other people. Of course, we got plenty of drinks, including things to help me sober up, plus cookies. Excellent. Oh, and what a view up here. Oh, that's nice. I like this. Now it's coming off as more of a diorama than a window style thing, but that's just neat. You know, we have that kind of like nighttime shot, the wyvern looking over their eggy when they should be sitting on it, but no, they just want to look at it for a little bit. Or they're gonna eat the eggy. But now let's go with they're gonna protect it. That's all good. Yeah, really pretty shot though. We pan across into this pantry area, which could be perhaps a bigger pantry area. Let's take a look. Yeah, nice. So stuff is chilled. Some chilled wine, desserts, fruits, all kept cool. Very neat. And we have a okay, very interesting. We have a transparent style sort of stove. Yeah. So we can kind of interpret this a number of ways. One, it's magic. You know, this is magic that's suspending the pot, and you know the fire is just looking at there. We could also say that this is sort of like a hot surface as well, and that's what's making everything hot. That's neat. And also, like we have like little side compartments there too for like other things, spices, you know, things that they don't want to have like in the open air sort of pantry, but they don't want to chill either. And then from here, looks like we got like little grinders, like little pepper, salt grinders and all that stuff, some cooking wine, and a big club to just, I don't know, we're not done yet. Bam! And then you just want to smack someone with it with the thing. No, it's probably like a rolling pin of some sort. Maybe. Maybe. Grinders, yeah. Hey, I'm trying to not go the deviant route. I'm doing my best here, okay? That was the first thing that came to mind, but I'm like, nope, we're gonna go with pepper and salt grinders. That's it. That's it. Cause it's in the kitchen. It's like, yo, can you not? You can wait until you go into the damn bedroom. Don't do it in the kitchen. That's terrible. And now it's in my head. Now it's in my head. Great. Let's go into the library, which is the least used room in the party house. If anything, you know, they come in here just to kind of like make themselves feel good and try to feel like they're still coherent. But nope, they're just going to go here and drink some more and get smashed. Oh, that's okay. So we are in fact in a stairwell room, but it's not going anywhere. They just wanted to have like a nice tall ceiling with which to hang up all sorts of paintings. No special paintings up here. It's just like the regular stuff that we have. As for whose house this might be you know, one of Anasterian's old houses, or maybe someone in the super extended family who rents this out as an Airbnb. So that way people can party. Hey. All right. So let's so there's that other path. I just want to make sure. So I'm going back around here. No, actually this is a different room. I have not been in this room yet. So here is just a loungy style room. you know, a little bit away from some of the craziness in like the kitchen bar area. So this is where what happens when we go straight. So we're actually going to retreat back. I just have to be here. Great sectionals here that we have, by the way. Pillars are helping to line up each of the angles here to avoid some of the clip. You know, so it might be a little uncomfortable. Well, actually, it's not very uncomfortable because we have like the full couch cushions that are still there. They just kind of like, they just kind of like push that stuff inside. Get some drinks, of course. Oh, this is like, okay, that's like some deep brown stuff right there. That's some Hennessy up in that. That used to be my thing back in the before times. And then more artwork. Nice. Very bright because since these are chandeliers being used. Very, very pretty. Any other artwork in here? Does not appear so. All right. So we're going to retreat back a little bit. Look up in the library. I mean, I see the chandelier, but I didn't see any. I was looking for like custom art. So I see like the family. I see paintings. But I don't see anything that was like custom, right? All right. So we're going to go back to the ED spots and check out the place with all them mirrors, which was that way. Let's go. All right. So right through here, past all the vanity, is the next bedroom. So this is bedroom number 2. We finally made it. Again, to a massive, massive bed. Okay, not as big as the first one. That rugged bed was something else, though. Really cool shaping that we have here, though. So we have the multiple curved tables. But also, I like what they did here. So the curved tables, they meet up here, and then they use the mirror, 2 mirrors actually, to help shape, to help 1, hide the clip, and 2, just make it look cooler. I think this looks a lot cooler. Yeah, that's awesome. And then what is out here? Water. The ocean. Oh, there we go. Nice. So this window happens to be like right next to the beach. That's neat. That's really neat. So if I wanted to, I could just be like, all right, let's go. And I'm just going to like jump out of here and like just hop onto the boat and like get out. You know, so for the person who's like, I've had it with this place, or if you get kicked out, you get onto the boat and then you just leave. It's like, yo, where do I go from here? It's like, oh, you'll end up in the Barrens. Don't worry. You'll be fine. You'll be okay. And what else do we have here? Oh, there's a place for a pet. Yay. So we do have like some fun animal presents here. All of them and birds. And here's a little bit more artwork here. This is some kobold treasure stuff that's being used here to fill out the spots, and then a couple more of those curtains or drapes. Nice. Right through here, bathroom. Yeah. Bathroom. All right. Oh, check the artwork that's done here. They added a whole bunch more to the what is down here normally. Some fruits, some drinks, and a lot of flowers. Here we go with the loo. Nice and easy. Very expensive looking toilet wand, by the way. That's pretty nuts. Oh, and a dress. Oh, that's cute. I like the simplicity of this piece here. So it's not too much going on. You know, we just have like this one cushion type here, you know, that can act as like the whole base of that. We're seeing a lot of those lately. We're seeing a lot of makeshift dresses being put together. So it's neat seeing how certain stylings, how they start to trend. So this is like one of those. Yeah, great stuff there. All right, so we pan back around a little bit into, different shower style. Great stuff with the animation here. Once we're done showering, and we go for a dip. We got some product to apply. Yeah, nice. Really clean looking too. I like how it ends up landing well when using like these kinds of walls. Um, a lot of the time we see something like this. Well, where they'll take platforms, they'll make this whole separate thing, leave it alone. Here, they kept the trim, and that happens to work out pretty well. Yeah, I like that. All right, so let's head back to the bedroom. Giant bed. Oh, I just noticed this too. That's actually, that lands really well too. It's just a mirror that is shoved a little bit into the dresser. That's it. Nothing crazy, but it looks neat. Very clean look to it. Actually, there's more than that. No. It's just that mirror. Okay. At first, I thought there was like two mirrors. Okay. Yeah. Really clean look. I like that. I think that's an easy takeaway. Sunlit glass mirror, nice and cheap. You just get this thing with Arcana, and then one wardrobe. That's it. Nice and easy. All right. So let's go. We're retreating back to, I believe, the main room. And then we're going to make our way down the next path here. So actually, we're going to go straight, I think. So that's the kitchen area. That was the library. Go back around. And then here we are now back in the main room. There's the boss. Hi. So now we're going this way again. So we've seen this room, and we just haven't gone straight, I believe. But then we got more options. So we can go that way. We can go that way. We're going this way. And what else do we have going on here in Party House? More artwork. Nice. We have here, some drama. Some folks were like being belligerent, perhaps, knocking stuff over. And as for what's up here, a couple of notes. A little hard to tell what's going on there. Notes for friends, like front of the wall. And then let's go this way. Boop. All right. Love that. Still sticking with that theme of the mirror on top of the dresser. And from here, no drinks. I don't see any drinks around here. So maybe as a chance for folks to, kind of like get away from all the party, that side of the party. Like what they did here. Notice how check out how we are making big use of this gazebo. Of course, there's another side to it as well. So we're going to see it on both sides, but that happens to work out pretty cool. So let's cross over into another bathhouse kind of thing. Okay. Oh, now this is a bathtub. That's cool. Oh yeah, hold on. Gotta back up for this. Oh wow, nice. Double nice. Oh, great bathroom setup. I want to get like a cool angle here because there's like a lot going on here, and it's looking great. Yeah, let's go with this. Yeah, great bathhouse style stuff going on here. So what do we have? Huge closets for like all the stuff, for everyone who's like gathering around here. So we are not alone here. We've got slippers. Nice. Okay, so we slip on some stuff so we can try to not slip here. Otherwise, big accidents could be happening in this spot. Little tucked away spots to kind of wash off trash can or whatnot. That's interesting. They had a trash can. Might as well just have like a big old crate with empty bottles and all that. And then what else is like down in this spot? So that's cool. So they have like these flanking closet areas for like vanities and things like that. You know, you can grab some slippers. And again, no slip. That's very thoughtful. Yeah, huge use of like mirrors and mirrors and mirrors and statues too. It really helps to add to the whole opulence of the place. So, and we go into the hot tub itself. Okay, here's the drinks, baby. So, gets too hot, cool. Step outside, have more drinks, and all that. And we got some more of the artwork here too. Nice. All right. Oh, and they made sure to add glows to pretty much all these mirrors. Yeah, you can see how everything is shining. Yeah, it's a cool illusion because you have like all sorts of light sources being used here too. So you can kind of like tell that story of like how the lights kind of like dancing off of each other and how you get those reflections to like come out and then eventually bounce back at you too. So that's neat. That's neat. I like how that ends up coming together. Yeah, awesome bath place. Of course, public bath. Oh man, especially if you have other guests and all that, y'all are partying and all that. And again, the reality show vibes, they definitely kick in here. So it's like a big bath, but if you win, then one, you get immunity and you get 30 minutes with such and such. Oh my god, that's so crazy. All right, so let's kind of back. Oh, hey, there's one little reptar that's like hiding. What's up, buddy? You know what this reptar's saying? This reptar's like, dude, I've seen some stuff here happen in this house. Some of these people are crazy. I've seen dudes that are walking around, on their hands. They're doing a handstand, walking around, but they're naked. It's insane. Ah. All right. Now let's go through here. And where I met with another bedroom. Another big oh no, it's part treasure room too. Ah, interesting. So is it treasure or is it just like, hey, look at all the toys that are inside each of these boxes? Is this like the really, really crazy fetish room kind of spot? I don't know. It's a party, right? But it's a cool dressed spot for lots of treasure. You know, but also we can say it's for the boss of the house, and they just want to keep all their cool stuff close to them. Now let's check this out. We've got another outdoor setup. Again, really, really pretty. This one's nice. This one is fairly simple with the setup too. So we have some lights going on, but we also have like this whole wispiness of we have the weather effects happening here too. So that looks great. Couple greens to help create this whole framing down here. A little bit of framing at the end, and then one animated reference here in the middle to kind of like draw us closer to the middle once again. Great shot. Great shot. Very pretty. All right. Somehow we have a song and a chisel kind of thing. Oh no, Murgle. Oh, I hope nothing's gonna happen to you, unless they wanted to play the whole prison thing. Then that's a little weird, but it's possible. It's possible, dude. In Party House, anything can happen. Anything can happen. So here, kind of a similar style, not the exact same, but we have a similar style toilet for sure. We just don't have the toilet one. I guess there's only one in the whole house. That would be such a fitting thing for a reality show. It's like, oh my god, the toilet's clogged again, and then like it's like the producers they planned that, but there's only one toilet wand, and someone just used it, and so now they're gonna grab a toilet wand that wasn't for them, and they're gonna use it, and they're possible conflict there. Things might get weird. Yeah, some more great artwork here too. All right. And then this time, instead of platforms, this time they used draconic tables to create this whole separation. Great thing there. Yeah, I like that. Alrighty. So I think we're gonna retreat back once again. Standard artwork there. Custom artwork there. Very Venthyr vibey. And I went through there. I'm making my way back here to the center party spots, you know, complete with the sectionals and all that. And I think I'm going that way now. Yeah. Oh man, this place is a grid. This is a lot. So let's go through here, past the guards, and into, you know, kind of a gaming spot. So we're still drinking, but you know, we might be a little bit more engaged with like each other in this case, if they can get through a game. Big if they can get through a game. Oh, because they got more liquor up top. So it could be a long game, or they can pass out. That very much might happen too. Because, yo, dude, how big is this party? At first I was thinking, okay, it's like, hey, you know, it's like me and the girl. There's like 7 of us or whatever. But then, dude, how many might there be? It feels like this whole place could be rented out, and there could be like a couple hundred people that are all here just trashing the place. Wild. I think I've seen them do this framing before, so great job with framing these doors. I'm sure I've missed a couple times where they were doing that too. And then we have a half bath here. Just a place to potty real quick. Oh, but at least we have a toilet wand. Nice. Also note too, that whole back area, heavily skinned, nice deep red. Has that like darker vibe that I know would kind of put me to sleep. It would make me feel a little bit too relaxed. All right, so now we're going to go this way past the interesting window setups. It's as if outside we have you know, those going on. And then back here, oh, an arcade. Oh, that's good. That's neat. So is this like the golf kind of thing? Or are we just doing like putting? It could be that. That's cute. That is adorable. Oh, and okay, apparently Lions play basketball. Nice. Giant tic-tac-toe board. We got table tennis going on over here too. We've got drinks. Okay, that's just an artsy picture, but you know, definitely this is the theme of the whole house. But we also got some arcade boxes using these Horagic cubes. Great shaping there. And I think there was a pinball machine. Yeah, pinball machine too. Yeah, very interesting use of using like a bunch of these cubes. That's neat. Haven't seen it used like that before. And we're not done. I believe this might be the last room in the house. I think this is what we're being led to, because I don't recall there's being any like secrets or anything like that. We'll go through. Man, a lot of gold went into like a lot of this artwork, because there's a lot of it. The framed artwork is pretty expensive. The canvases, they're not as bad, but when you see this many of them, whoo boy. Yeah, lots of stuff here. Holy man. Sheesh. And then, oh wow. Oh, that's cool. Great transition. Definitely feels like, because remember, this is a big it was a big house that we're looking at. So this feels very, very appropriate for like a rear yard of sorts, because we have all these walls set up, huge structure that matches what we saw on the outside. So walls, Suramar windows that line like the bottom and the mid, more standard elven windows towards the top, and then the dressing up top as well, nice and solid. Benches, some greens, to yeah, make that cool shape. That's really good. Now, as for what else we have out here, kind of this outdoor amphitheater sort of spot. So of course we got our open bar, grab stuff, get wild. Of course we got feasting happening here too. Some cold drinks are available. There's a place we can throw up because that's gonna happen. It's gotta happen at some point. People are going nuts. Dude, this cube has been very versatile throughout this entire build. It's been an arcade thing. It's been like wall decor. It's being used as a grill. That's funny. That's hella cool. And then here's like some of the party goers. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, see, this is what it's all about. Merkel is smashed. It's more like a dance floor, actually. At first I was thinking, okay, are they like sitting here? Are they watching movies? They could be, because here we have like a big bed. Oh yeah. Yeah, all sorts of deviant behaviors happening here. So like here's like the star, right? They're in the middle, and then all their little chicken head people that are like surrounding them, all trying to fill up. Yeah, that's wild. What a place. What a place. Cornhole on the side, and hot tub, of course, gotta have more hot tub stuff. And that hookah is huge. It's as big as a man. I think literally. Yeah, it is taller than me. And I think that Merkel had a big old sip of it, and they're done. They're done. They're tripping out. It's like, yo, what was in there? Oh, that's funny. Oh, Twister is happening there. Wait, but their limbs are so small. Yeah, so they will quickly end up like that person there, for sure. And then what's this here? This is a boomerang or something like that. Yeah, I'll go with a boomerang. Because you like hit the thing, hopefully it comes back, try to catch it, do your best. Good luck. Nice. This would be me. I would be one of these people. I'm like, yo, I'm totally done with drinks. I'm just gonna have some marshmallows and like chill. Like that's it, man. I'm done partying. Like it's way there's like way more energy than I have. Right. Uh-huh. Boom. And it's just coffee we're drinking at this point. So that's probably me. That's probably me. Oh, that's the thing you spit. Oh, yeah, I get it. I thought it was just like a mat, and then okay. I get it. I get it. Nice. Good identifier there. What a place, dude. What a party place this turned out to be. I think we've seen everything, right? I think we've seen, yeah, because there were no secrets, but I think we've checked out every room. Sprawling place. This place was massive. So it definitely has that whole vibe of, okay, it's like a rich dude's place. Rich dude is renting it out as like an Airbnb, but it's time to invite everyone over. Let's go nuts. And then the owner of the house will get pissed because this place will get trashed so fast. Oh, man. But yeah, thanks for showing us. Thank you. All righty. All right, so we're good on time. Yay. Mm-hmm. We're going to the hearth side. Let's roll. Yeah, fun spot. All right. Sorry, just checking on something real quick. but I think we're fine. Yep, sweet. Any spots in the queue? There are not. Nope. I opened up 18 spots and it was gone in, it took a little while to fill out actually. And I think I had to free up some stuff because some folks had double posted, or I think one person double posted by accident. So, but it filled out within like a few hours. Yeah. Let's get to it. All right, folks, this here somewhere, somewhere here is Argonius's place. We're over in Founders, and it's just a big rock. It's a big rock mountain. Oh no! There's something to it. We have. I think they purposely wanted to make it like kind of a reveal because. What? Wait. Okay, that's dope. Oh, that's cool. We got Castle Grayskull vibes up in here. Oh, that's sick. I'm 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 very entertained. I'm quite entertained by this. Oh man. So, that's neat. So the distinction here is, we have basic rocks. I mean, there's a lot of rocks. But then the skull itself, I think these are the default colors too, I think. Yeah, default colors, but it's using paving stones to make the distinction. And so you have like this pretty effective shape here. That's neat. that's that's very, very neat. Oh, I love that. What's also cool too is we have different sized rocks being used. It looks like they've been like resized, so we can have like this kind of sort of natural shape. So it has the feel of, you know, inside here is like a super villain, and then they're just like, all right, we're gonna raise this up. So it has that sort of feel. Like they didn't build this. This thing just kind of bloop, sprouted from the ground. This whole evil layer. It's all bursting out and everything. And then they put in like a few like braziers here to like add some flavor, right? That's cool. That's very, very neat. So let's head on inside the mouth and get digested, shall we? There are no notes here. There are no notes, just a full budget. So we have been eaten by the mountain, and we are in a cave. We are so in a cave. Now, how far does this cave go? I don't know. But the skull ate a dragon. Very good. Multiple dragons. It looks like. Or it's just like kind of like a whole fossilized kind of thing going on. Yeah, let me zoom in some. Wow. Okay, this is very cave. All right, so we're going across. So it looks like we got some pathing going on here. Down that way, or that way. This has Rage-Fired Chasm vibes. Really hard. There's 3 paths. Okay. Oh boy. We're going left. We're going to go through the bust part here. Yeah, check out the nice little bits of flavor here in an otherwise fairly clean cave. The floor is nowhere in sight. The most scant evidence of floor here. So what's up here? So it looks like we can climb. Really neat. Oh, I love the construction of this. Yeah, I love cave builds. Cave builds are great because we're outside. Wait, what is? This is a Nixia's lair. Kind of feels like. Oh, that is sick. Oh, boss room. Nice. Really nice. Yeah. He straight up took a wagon as well. This is epic, dude. This is very, very cool. And then up top, the grand prize, the crystal of something, something. Oh, the crystal. But no, it's the dragon's most coveted treasure. And so we got to back out. And then you play the whole cutscene of like the dragon, boom, it kind of wakes up. The eyes light up. They're all red and shit. And like it drops down, boom. And then you're backing up and it slowly starts creeping towards you. Treasures like flying all over the place. And then, and then the boss fight starts. That'd be sick. That'd be sick. Let's zoom out some and like pan around. Check this out. Yeah, so this has a whole vibe of like we're climbing up this mountain area. We get to the peak where the dragon hoards all their ill-gotten gains. Or maybe the dragon had a job and then that's how they got paid, and so this is where they keep all the money because they obviously can't go to a bank. You can't, dragons aren't going to go to a dragon bank. Actually they can go to Valdraken, you idiot, but it's far, right? This stuff is far. It's not easy to just like carry around and all that stuff, and not everyone's just going to help a dragon, so they just leave it all here. A cool layer though. That's really neat. And so what we have here, just a bunch of leaves, right? A bunch of leaves being played off as gold, and that's a very very common thing that I've seen in treasure like rooms. And we just use our imagination. We just let that get away with itself, and we have this cool treasure room that's being guarded by the Dark Portal dragon person. Neat, really neat. So let's dive back into the cave and see what else is going on. So let's drop down here. Yeah, great shaping. Really, really great shaping. It's not like, now I would say it's not like super, super natural looking, because here we have like these four paths that make it pretty obvious that we're going down like these like hallways that are first built out. Um, what would It would be a fundamental change, and I don't want this to change, but normally you'll see caves be a much tighter. That way you can have this very windy feel. People will feel lost, kind of disoriented, and then it'll always feel like a surprise where you're going to go and end up next. But this is still very, very cool. It has more of a video game feel to it, as if you're here with like your raid team and you're all like moving in together and you're beating up trash as you're going from like room to room. And I think we're climbing here. Maybe it kind of seems like, no, it doesn't. Okay, maybe there's a path up there, but let's see. Climbing with great efforts. Nope, I broke the system. Okay, so was not meant to climb up there. All good. So pretty straightforward cave. It's not meant to be it doesn't look like it's meant to have us feel lost and all that either. So thank goodness. And hopefully I'm going the right way, because I do at least lose some sense of direction. But oh, we're in another boss room. Oh, it's a double dragon kind of thing. So maybe, oh, that I feel bad, because these dragons might just be stuck. It's like those kinds of worm things, or we engage and we fight these two dragons, right? And then all of a sudden, like the main dragon head comes out here, and then the real fight starts. Oh, that'd be sick too. Yeah, these are cool boss rooms, man. And then ads come out right here too. Oh man. Oh, this is fun. This is a fun build. So more eggies over here, more ads. So ads come from both left and right. You just want to make sure that when these two things go inactive, you got to have one tank on either side, or at least have someone who's ready to misdirect or kind of kite things over. That way the tank can pick it up, AoE everything down, and then once the big head comes up, you run up, and then go nuts. But there's no head here. It's just treasure. Not nearly as much treasure though. And it's mostly because, well, these dudes are kind of stuck. You know, they can't really go anywhere. So naturally, much less treasure they'd be able to get. That first one, though, that one's living it up, right? That guy's got it good. Neat though, using the haystacks as a sort of like nest. Yeah, really neat. So we basically entered like this dragon lair. You know, we're with this whole dragon family that's living here and thriving, apparently. Some are doing better than others, but it's clearly like a whole nest of dragons that are living here. All right. Not everyone has survived, though. You know, some of them have not made it through the fights. So, oh boy. So I went that way first. Then I went that way. So I think I'm going this way now. I'm pretty sure I'm going the right direction. Maybe. Oh, yep. Because we got new stuff. All right. So we have evidence of heroes who've like ventured forth to try and defeat these dragons. And you know, we've seen skeletons, so sometimes sometimes the heroes they have been successful. Interesting with the burning treasure there. Actually, I think that's just the wagon that's turned over. Yeah. So maybe there's like, oh, little ads that come in, the trash, they got wiped. And so their equipment gets burned up and all because it's not very valuable. All right, so we got that option. We have up there, and this doesn't seem to be anything, right? Yeah. So we're going to go this way. So what is going on in this room? We have dragon bones ahead of us. So, you know, once again, you know, not every dragon, not all dragons live forever. Right through here, though, looks like we're going to be going to another boss room kind of spots. We're climbing, we're heading outside, but it looks kind of, it's daylight out now. All right. And what do we have here? It appears we have no dragon up here. Oh, wow. Okay, this place is huge. This place feels really sprawling. But yeah, out here, no dragon. Everything's cool so far. But yeah, great environment setup. Ah, this is great. Wyverns are chilling up there. Water is falling down, and then it all kind of meets into this river down below. And lower and lower. Dude, it feels like I'm in a zone. That's neat. Yeah, because we're wandering through. I think we can kind of fall down here, and then there's a little dragon pad thing that does not take us anywhere, but it's okay. Yeah, really neat. It has kind of, oh boy, what zone is that? Has kind of Barrens vibes. You know, we're kind of close to like Wailing Caverns or whatnot, but we're not exactly inside. It's just kind of like a different area of it. But yeah, that's neat. Yeah, love the vibes out here. So at least we get like kind of a breath of fresh air, you know, away from the dangers of fighting off dragons and whatnot. So if anything, if adventurers make it this far, it's like this is their opportunity to like camp out, rest, give themselves time to rejuvenate, consider if they want to keep going, or if they just want to like turn back and survive. Oh no, there's one I want to point out there's like one little spot here for dragon stuff. I don't think I'll be able to like climb any higher than this though. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be a thing. Falling to a false sense. It could be. Yeah, it could be that. Great room though. Great room. But now we're diving back in, buddies. Back to adventure. We got to avenge our fallen friends and get some epic loot so that way we can yeah, take care of our families back home and all that. All right, so we'll go past this guy. We'll retreat back to the room. And I think we're going to hang a left now. And then right through here. Oh yeah. Oh, that's sick. That's so cool. So this definitely has like Nefarian vibes. So there's like it's not even so that dragon's not alive. That's just the head, right? We have evidence of fallen heroes and all that. So people have wiped to the boss here. So here's Nefarian's chair basically. That's sick. That's so cool, dude. Love the vibes from this. So I'm going to retreat back a little bit just so we can get like this whole shot here. Ah, that's so cool. That's neat. That's so neat. Whoop. I want to keep exploring the spot here. Yeah, I love that throne. That's very neat. The whole build is very, very unique in that, it's very sparse with everything except rocks, rocks and rocks and rocks, and just the necessary effects to create that whole kind of like, Anixia's layer vibe, molten core kind of vibe, and we're able to climb out to this basically. We had one area that was kind of like a break area. It's nice and bright, it's peaceful. There was like no living dragons there. But it could have been something else too. It could have been like, oh, little dragon whelps. They're like they come and swarm our heroes as they're trying to arrest or something like that. Yeah, neat stuff. I actually want to go back there. I don't think I took a screenshot of the initial treasure room because that one seemed to have like the most oomph to it. So I think we're climbing down. No, that's the entrance. That's the entrance to the house. Yeah, very, very unique stuff. So I think it was this room. Maybe not this room, I'm not sure. So we climb up, up, up. Yeah, here we go. Treasure stuff. Yeah. So that'll make a good one too. Yeah, very, very awesome build. Thanks for showing us. The clipping super clean. What's funny is that sometimes it's not. Like we can use our imagination and just kind of like see how things come together. It takes a pretty careful eye if we want to find evidence of like weird clipping. So, here for example, see that straight line right there? And how it's really hard to care. It's not really a big deal. Like you gotta really look. Um, that's when you'll notice those things. But outside of that, it's rocks are very, very forgiving. The only times where you can can I do feedback here? So the only times where you would see like potential problems is if you can see two or more of the same rock looking like they're in the same formation, then that's like maybe we can work on that. So for example, like this rock here and this rock here, same orientation. Not rotated. It's not hasn't been flipped up or down or whatever. So that would be like maybe they could do something with that. Same thing here with these two rocks that are kind of clinging together. You can see these scratch marks here, 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 and then here, here, here. If we can visually see that, then our brains will be like, oh, it's kind of like the same thing. Oh, that's kind of like bleh. But then elsewhere, this right here is a flat stone. This over here is also a flat stone, but it's harder to keep track of because the orientation is like shifted around. It's a little bit different. So for that, our brains will have to like take a little bit more time to process that sort of stuff. So, like the only takeaway would be like, flip more of these rocks over, do a little bit more with it, and then you'll be fine. That really is it. Um, the challenge is that, oh, there's so many rocks. There's so many of these that are being used. So I get why not every rock is going to be given like the same treatment, or not every rock is going to be treated like this very unique piece or whatnot. It's very much a challenge. So, But yeah, it's still great though. Still great stuff that was done for this build. Like I said, caves are very forgiving. If you want to make a good cave, you will make a good cave. The the worst thing that you can do in a cave build is fall through. That's it. That's the only time where you really go wrong, is if you fall through and you get stuck somewhere. That's it. Yeah, great stuff. Yeah, because when I was doing my first build with the Lights Refuge, that was a cave build. And that was a great way for me to escape from a lot of those potential mistakes. But then I also needed to close stuff off. So I'll show you guys later. But I want to do one more. We're still doing one more thing. All right. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, avoid repeating patterns, like Dre says. Now, the thing is, avoid repeating patterns in the same shot. As soon as you turn around, you kind of reset the rules, right? It becomes much less, it becomes much more tolerable. But just try to avoid having it all in like the same shot. All right, folks, this is Magi's Place, Rover Founders, and we have what they're trying to make a very heavily skinned shop skin. They're skin in the skin. So let's check out the lots. We go inside. Place is fenced off. You can kind of see, and there's like a little something over there. We'll see what's going on there. Place is fenced off pretty hard using these natural these old style fences, which is very popular despite some of the newer fences that has come out. People love those. But yeah, this feels like this whole amalgam of tree invasion things happening. So basically, like this Night Fae piece just kind of propped up. It's now threatening to encroach and take over the cherry blossom tree. Like they're fighting. Night Fae versus cherry blossom. Who's gonna win? Not sure. But first, I want to see what's going on over there. So we'll pass by this fountain area and into this kind of like walled off, sort of fenced off place. Lots of cherry trees, by the way. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so we get extra vibes. It's a graveyard. Now, it kind of says something when you have a graveyard in your own place. And it tells you that they lived here for a long time. You got generations of folks who've been living here and died here and all that. So we can actually see this is actually very cool. We're seeing a lot of class celebrations here too. Shaman stuff, void stuff. Not sure what that is, but you see these little representations that can kind of tell us, okay, multiple people, perhaps pets or whatnot, that are here too. That's neat. That's neat. So I trust we're going to see like lots more depictions that can be done with this newer kinds of crypts and those sorts of styles. And of course, who knows what sort of kit bashing people will use with the gravestones, because I haven't seen very heavy use of that, at least not yet. I'm sure that's going to change. It's been a couple weeks into the patch. I'm sure some folks, they've done very, very inventive things, and they'll make their way over to this channel at some point. It'll be fun to see. In the meantime, though, we kind of have, we're here on the coast. I feel, very refreshing vibes as we're going through here. It's summer, but not here. Oh, what's that? Okay, there's some crazy stuff going on over there too. That's a wild build. But we're here, baby. We are here. So let's do this jog. I want to see what else they might have added up on these landings here. And here we have a hot tub. Woo! So nice and festive right in here. And away from all the wind. Because you know how it goes? Some of you know how it goes. You're in a hot tub, it might be windy, so you're kind of like sinking into the hot tub as if it's like a warm blanket or something like that. You're kind of coming in and out of it to regulate your temperature and all that. Sometimes that might feel awkward, or you can just have it inside. You know, have it all be covered up. That way you don't have to deal with that weirdness. And then you can just kind of focus on whoever you're hitting on in the hot tub. Focus, right? Keep things in perspective. I think here's one of the newer benches that have come out, right? Yeah, the padded wooden bench. Very clean style for the kind of person who wants to have like some easy outdoor seating, but wants to have it also be easy on the butt. You know? Yeah, nice, cool place to hang out, have some tea after your hot tub shenanigans. And I think we are ready to head into the house. Maybe. Okay, that was yeah, that's a separate spot. That's away from the lot. That was the graveyard. And I don't think there was anything to the left here. Nah, just the fencing. Oh, and a canoe. Hey. So we get a little bit of more of an idea of their habits. Very nice. All right, so right through the Night Fae doors and the Caldroy crates. Well, let's head on inside. The blurb will explain the graveyard. Let's do that. The blurb I have is keep an eye out for the itty bitty UFO. All right. Cool. All right, so we go inside. And there's the boss. And here is this structure of sorts. What is that? So yeah, hello. And yeah, this is it's pretty. Let's go. Let's kick it off with that. Oh, wow. It's just, yeah, we have multiple things going on here. It's Laura. Yeah, maybe we can interpret it like that. I mean, we have like these multiple street lamps, plus the fires from the brazier, plus the rug, and then we have some plant work coming out of it. It's just pretty. Oh, you sent me stuff on Discord. Okay, hold on. Okay, so it's a Word doc. Oh boy. Oh no. So I don't have Word docs on me. Oh boy. So don't worry. The magic of editing will solve this in post. Okay, so a Word doc. Usually in the group tours, I'm like, yeah, just give me a 30-second blurb, just real quick. And okay, so hold on. Oh, God. I won't be able to read this whole thing. That is a lot. Oh boy. That is a whole lot. Okay, well, welcome to Sanctuary Inn, a unique and safe space for all travelers, scholars, and adventurers. You'll find everything you need, whether you're passing through town or you choose to stay longer at the shores of Founders Point, and you can find your respite here. With striking views and ocean winds, we invite you to lounge on the outermost deck at sunset or sunrise, to share ale with your friends, wander on the upper decks of the inn where you can sit and see the stars, or settle in the hot tub. Yeah. In the yard, you'll find the peaceful Saint Rescue Cemetery. Though it's a small plot, it holds the final resting place of honored heroes, great and small, all of whom were very loved by those who were blessed to know them. The largest headstone you'll see, forever burning with a flame of hope, belongs to Saint Garrett, a wise and gentle soul who loved his family fiercely and loved his life with honor and kindness. To some, he was just another rescue dog, but to those who loved him, he was courage and steadiness on four paws. After, nope, I can't read it. Nope, I'm sorry, I cannot read the rest of that. It's a very touching story, though. And so here we are at Sanctuary Inn. Let's take a look at what we've got. So again, as soon as we enter, we have like this very interesting flamin sort of structure, including these street lamps and greens and moonwells. You know, this heavily kit bashed centerpiece to just like greet us inside. Of course, we can check in, sign our guest book, do all the good stuff. Ring, ring, ring. We are not invited to take stuff off because it's an inn. We want to go to our room first, then we can like take off our goods. In the meantime, we're kind of in this kind of like retail-y sort of space. So it's, oh, we can check in our bags. Nice. So this place is staffed. Dig it. So we'll lay down our stuff. Go ahead and let the help take care of us. Meanwhile, let's go and relax, have a seat, just kind of like stretch after a long old walk because there are no cars here. Maybe wagons will take us over. And here we can like check in additional things such as the weapons. All right. Or we can break in and we can just grab the stuff. And no, we're not going to do that here. So we can check on our weapons and everything. And then otherwise, enjoy wandering around until it's time for bed. You know? So we got some great garden work in each of these corners. Something a little different in each one. Check out how the ivies are traveling across, all the way across here, and starting to encroach on this end. That's nice. All right, so we have some options. We got a long path down there. We'll see where this takes us. We're going into the stairwell room, and we have this very obvious separated, straight walls to kind of let us isolate ourselves into this warm spot. If we want to have some snacks, just kind of like sit, or if we're just kind of lounging with folks, here's where like the conversation happens. All right. No room for snacks though. Not yet. Not yet. Right through here, stuff for the staff, I'm going to guess. Supplies, extra things for extra bedding and all that for the inn. And all right. I mean, it doesn't look like it's been used, but yeah. Supplies. Oh, you know what this is for? People who check out and don't pay. There you go. It's like, oh, so it's gonna be like 900 gold a night. Like, I ain't paying that. Like, yeah, you are. Pay out your at anyway. Oh, and there too. So yeah, make sure you pay up, or else. Let's head upstairs. Now again, that's a staff room. Guests are not going to see that unless they're belligerent and all that, right? So let's see what's going on up here. The food's happening up here. But first, bathroom. Yep, bathroom. Nice. Plus bathtub. Okay. So interesting. It's an inn, but we also have a public bathtub, which means there might be people might get pretty messy out there, partying, throwing up, and all that stuff. Really neat functionality here with the shower. I think those are scales. Yeah, scales are being used. This piping here. And then the well stuff. Oh no, not a well. It's the keg stand being used there. Nice. That's very good. I like that. It has this cool natural look to it because you know, the color tones, they're not like super different. You see a little bit of difference with the like the resolution fidelity there, but you know, that's not huge. From this distance though, it looks great. I like that. Of course, we got our functional toilet using some Herondar pieces and you know, a little stool there. Nice. And then once again, the functionality, the scales are being used as like a device of sorts. And then up front here, is that a wagon? That's a wagon. That's a wagon being used as the countertop. That's pretty clever. I like that. All right, so let's progress into the eating spots. So here it's like, you know, we check in and actually this might be for like non-guests. So if someone's here because hey, the food's really good over at this spot. What if I'm not staying there? That's all good. You just like pay a little extra or whatever. Otherwise, you go in here, you give your room number, and then off you go to wherever. And then just have at it. Huge eating spot. Wow. Okay, this is how big is this inn? Holy moly. Or it's just, you know, very open for like folks that aren't guests. Because you also have like this whole market area, feels like. But I think this is more like the kitchen area. So staff is prepping stuff. They're doing their thing. Fully stocked. Huge, huge pieces. Note how you know, the big grill area, it's kind of like isolated a little bit with these stone tables, you know, for safety's sake. I mean, you have like fires burning right there. So, of course, having a better surface, you know, having a proper surface will help. You don't want to do that on wood, that'd be irresponsible. Place to rinse off stuff, do them dishes, and then it's right back out because, yeah, this place is busy. It's popping. And then here we go. People are serving themselves. They serve themselves a whole pie and cake. these people don't mess around, man. Oh, that's crazy. Everyone's invited, ogres and all that, and all of them. Yeah, that's something else. I wish I had that kind of money. Crazy. Yeah, big table settings put out. You know, we have normal sized portions too. It's all good. And then we got those wagons that I guess are going to have like food truck style things happening there too. Back here, the drink bar. Mm. Limited snacks here, but for the most part, you want your wine, you want your coffee. This right here is the place to be. Spare dishes, along with processing like dirty stuff. You got your even custom roaster right over here. That's crazy. Yeah, really nice setup here. And then what's behind here? I feel like this is like the food truck spot. Yeah, this is where the food trucks go. Now, as for how this happens on the second level, oh well, whatever. Maybe it's maybe the food trucks are like decorative, and then like the people who run the food trucks, they just bring the things up and all that. It could be that too. Yeah. So right through these privacy screens, pies. So where do you get them pies? Right over here. Nice. And the next booth. Oh, and a door. Okay. Next booth right up here. We go climb, climb, climb. What do we have? We have not food, but we do buy flowers. So this has kind of a gift shop sort of vibe too. It's like part gift shop, part market, right? Yeah, toys and all that too. Stuff for the kids. Yo, what other kind of entertaining stuff is happening here? Whole statues. So yeah, this definitely has like an artist fair. Like, oh, it's in town, and like, oh, here we go. Like people have shown up. They're showing off their wares and things that they put together. But yeah, really nice. Because like these are like Stormwind wagons, but they're very, very heavily themed. You know, the Void one pulls it off really well. It has a sort of matching vibe, but then they use the carpets to use like kind of like labels. And then from here, what are we doing? We're doing some like tarot readings and all that. It's like, yo, is the loot gonna drop tonight? Nope, it's not. In fact, you're gonna wipe all night tonight. That is your fate, buddy. But yeah, cool stuff that they have here. Treasures and everything. Yay. Treasures. Open, 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 open. Yeah. Really fun. That's cool. That's very cool. All right, so that takes care of the cafeteria. No, okay, not cafeteria. Restaurant and market. Farmer's market, almost. All right, so let's head down now. So that was this spot here. Then we can make our way down back to the loungy area. Boop, boop, boop. And then we're back at the check-in spot. And then we have a long, we have quite the pathing to go down here. So from here, it looks like we're going to enter rooms. Looks like we got some different themes going on here. Some of it identified by carpets. So perhaps that's the rugged room or the folk room. Could be that, could be anything. Let's find out though. So we have entered the kind of a Gilnean slash Kultiran style room. You know, you have this kind of like old style. I don't think it's really meant to be like, oh, these aren't like the cheap seats. Not like the cheap room. If anything, they can say, oh, this is actually the most expensive, one of the more expensive rooms because people like this sort of like old rustic style. It's like, yo, you're having me pay more for this? Yep, because you know why? Because people pay for it. So welcome. Welcome in. But it also has a lived-in feel too. You know, not everyone's gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna check in and then I'm gonna set up my whole apothecary kind of thing. Yeah. So this isn't exactly a room that people are staying at, but more of like a workshop sort of space. Cool. But it does function as like, you know, this is where the apothecary lives. And they're doing some work, you know. All right, and what do we have here behind this rugged rug? Rugged rug. Oh, okay, now we have a barracks kind of feel to it. This could be the staff room, for all we know. You know, so the workers are like doing their thing here. And thankfully, you know, it looks like they've got some pretty decent living conditions. Has this sort of like lived-in feel. You know, we're looking around. You know, we're having our refreshments and all that stuff. We're resting. They've got good beds and all that too. Right back here, a place for them to lounge, do their thing. Here's like employees of the month. Is what I'm guessing here. That could be a thing. Oh wow, they did a lot with this fireplace. I can't quite tell. So here's the base fireplace. And then up here is an upside down bed. Ah. So they dressed that up with a bed. And then this is a table. Yeah. This is a storage table. This looks like an upside down thing. Nope, that's still the fireplace. And then here's a rack. Huh. So they heavily skinned this thing. That's neat. That's neat. All right. So each of these bunk beds, all sturdy style beds, what's keeping them suspended? These trellises here, which is neat. And it's because the studs here in the backboards are taller. So you have these you know, kind of kissed together. And then the trellis does the rest of the work. That's pretty clean. I like that. All right, so now let's head over to this room here. And from this kind of staff room, actually, it's more like a staff entrance. So we'll leave that thing closed. We're back to where kind of guests sort of go. And oh, okay, we have a climb ahead of us. And what sort of room is this? Actually, this is more like just designed to be a transition kind of a stairwell room. So made to like lead us up. Oh, very interesting. So I'm going to back out. I'm going to go here. So here's the hallway where we were at. Yeah. And then we go this way. And so we're met with this immediate climb here. Interesting choice of how this climb ends up working. That's neat. But first, I don't think I want to go through there yet. I'll want to check out what's through that door first. Or did I miss something here? Green. Okay, yeah. No, we're good. We're good. All right, so right through this spot. Now, what do we have? So a specialized room for fishing stuff. We got our equipment. We got our nets. So the person who does a lot of the fishing, perhaps, stays here. So it's kind of like the special staff room, maybe. All right. A lot of lived-in feel over here too. I dig that. And it looks like they have like history here too. You know, a lot of stuff that they have gathered together, put together for themselves. They found it, they bought it, they earned it. All right, so yeah, still a long ways down. So I think we will in fact do this climb here, and we'll see where this happens to take us. All right, so let's go up nice and easy ramps. Much easier than stairs. Respect. But we're climbing through these cherry blossom trees too. Multiple cherry blossom trees, in fact. All right. As we get to the top, more of the sand garden action. Place to sit. Notice the style here. Like they didn't want to extend it out. They just had it like stop here. Oh, and actually a dead end. Okay, so this happens to just be a very nice looking room. I kind of like what they did here with the privacy screens. They kind of like close it off and use it to sort of skin the top of this fireplace. Skinned it a little bit more with these paving stones here as well. Oh, the flowers are great. You know, and the theme is heavy. Notice how they also have this kind of like this encased flower here. It's if like these are the ones that they just kind of like dried up and preserved it. So these could have like a special significance to it. Otherwise, we're just here smoking, chilling. Yeah, nice room. And then that's like now, funny enough, that's like the staff room too. So while it may not necessarily be a bedroom, it's definitely a cool hangout spot. All right, so I'm going to backtrack because they pointed out that there was another room in the cafeteria sort of spot that I overlooked. I wasn't here, right? Yeah, closet. Where all the, you know, the occasional torture devices happen to be. All right, so through here, there is there's that place I didn't go through yet. Haha. All right, so now once again, this happened to be where we eat. This, I was saying that this is like kind of a farmer's market sort of spot, but through here, there's a library. And no, it's not just any library. This is like this kind of like heavy research place too. So it's not just visitors that come here. It's not just folks who are hungry. You have scholars coming here as well, who've come to check out like the very intense collections that this place has accrued over time. You know, so again, like I said, there's like a whole graveyard and everything outside. Lots of history in this place. We'll go there later. Yeah, lots of history in this area. We'll see if there's any secrets behind there too. But first, boop. Here is the med bay. It feels like a pot. Wait. It started off as an inn, but now we got all these Star Trek vibes suddenly happening. So here's the machine that just cures everything. I mean, I can bubble, but for anyone who can't bubble, what do we got? We got technology. We got machines, baby. Dude, the kit bashing on this is heavy. Enchanting glyphs, cartel bookshelf. We have the console here. It's all being held up by this window, interestingly enough. Windows being used there. Probably to make the glows. Yeah. From here we have the one frame here. That's being used as, well, just the frame, literally. Neat. Very, very neat. It's an apothecary. I mean, this has like these beds, total Star Trek vibe. It has like this modern style that I wouldn't expect. Very neat. Now, apothecary, this is where I get some familiarity for sure. But as for like, it feels like these are like display screens and all that. That's neat. Yeah, it even has like the tank here. So this is like, I mean, we could say, okay, this is earthen tech, but we could also say, okay, this is their iron lung. It's like powered by animal. Oh, that's gruesome. So like they're very much at the edge of death. So are they? Is it really helping keep them alive, or is this just the mortal's way of extracting anima? So lots of experimental tech is happening here. And then back here, one more set of 3 beds who, it feels like, folks who aren't in critical condition. So what kind of inn is this? It's like, yeah, you want to stay in these beds, right? No, what are you guys doing? It's like, there's so many people here. Oh, we're just also experimenting on you. And then here's the researchers who are like looking up all the things that are being tested on these. Wow, this inn is wild. So this is why if you're going to stay here, you better pay. Otherwise, you're going to end up on that table. All right. So let's see what is through here now. Oop. We kind of shift a little bit into this sort of hidden library. And what do we have here? Nothing that seems overtly secret or insidious. Not yet. I'm not seeing secrets behind secrets here. It's simply a let off repository of more stuff or, more books. All right. So the super, super secret collection of things. Then right through here, past the sitting area, a retailing spot again. Profession stuff. This looks great. Dig this. So what are we selling here? Pottery things. We're selling pottery things. We're also doing some blacksmithing work. Next to the research and apothecary place. So if you don't pay, one, they probably chop your head off or they imprison you or something like that. And then they experiment on your butt. Then your equipment is stolen and resold, or it's like molten down and turned into something else. Man, this is like RimWorld. I swear. It's a very efficient inn. And that's how they last so long here. That's how you get the long history of this place, right? They do what it takes to survive. Damn it. All right. So, Not my kind of place. Not the kind of place I'd want to stay in. All right, so we're gonna jog back to the present. We're going through here. We have this outdoor view, great window work there. We came from there with the stairwell. We're going here. Actually, no, this is where the fishing equipment was, right? Yep, it was. All right. So, do the staff know? Does all the staff know what everyone else is doing? Because like there's the dude that's fishing and doing stuff. Okay, cool. Are they really involved with some of the darker things that happen in this inn? Maybe, maybe not. All right, through here, I have a feeling whoever's in here does know what's going on. It's just kind of a guess. I make presumptions. Oh, it's void stuff. Oh, and there's like not the boss, but a boss of the house. They could be doing something. They might be up to no good. Or they're reading, because they are looking up like some very interesting books. But you know what? I will be suspicious because they could have got these from that research library and they just want to bring stuff downstairs. There we go. There we go. Mm-mm-mm. Actually, I'll leave that open just so I remember where I was. So we'll pass this Archon door and we'll see what's in here. So void stuff. That's another sign. But it's actually quite pleasant in here. I like the rose-colored theme here. It's actually kind of pretty and unique. Check out the chest here or the crate here that's being used as a fireplace. So we have the fireplace as a base structure. We've been seeing this throughout parts of the house, where they'll take the fireplace and they'll do all sorts of cool things to it to just kind of theme it, own it, make it into not into something else, but they'll kind of change the ownership of it. Make a unique piece out of it. That's neat. And then here we have 2 beds. Huh. 2 folks are living here. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's head out and to our right once again, past the Night Fae branding. Dude, where do actual people stay? I don't think we've seen that. Maybe that's the only place they stay. And they just stay up in the hospital bed. Like, that's it. Oh, check this out, dude. Check out the perspective work here. Ooh, that's pretty. So, I really like the window separations here, but I'm also distracted by it. I almost don't want it to be there just so I can like soak in the really good perspective that we have here. So we have like big greens that are in front of us. And then as we look further out into the horizon, here we go. We get the ocean. We have some growth out there. Little bits of a stable. You can barely see it there. From there, clouds. We have like this whole feeling of it being night past the horizon. There's like the stars and everything. Really, really cool shot. And that's why I'm like, oh, do we need this here? I mean, it's very cool to have the window separator here, but I want to look at the whole thing. Oh, so good. Yeah, and there's so many little things here. So many little things. It's very busy. It's almost as if like there's like a whole like a little village back there, other big structures. That's neat. Really, really good window shot. All right. So right around here is this other set piece, also very cool. This one isn't, of course, is not trying to do a whole like perspective sort of thing, but yeah, really nice setup, nice and dark. But it also has like these bright green colors as a base here, so it has that good natural look to it. And then right through here, past the baskets and ropes and saws and other equipment, is the bedroom. All right. Okay. Okay. I love the lighting here. That looks great. I'm big fan of whenever we can achieve this effect of like, when you have like kind of a corner window, lighting coming in happens to bounce against the immediate wall. I always find that very, very attractive. So here we go. We sit. The sun is blasting us in the face, but well, when those are sorry, curtains are open, it's all good. At night, though, maybe we'll have some other pleasant things to look at outside. All right. Yeah, awesome themes. Awesome, awesome themes here. All right. Have I seen everything? Because now we've gone through like all these strongly themed rooms here. We went upstairs into the not exactly not a bedroom room, but it was kind of a hangout room. And then here, that's where we check in. Here is where the market and everything was. It feels like I've seen everything. I think I have, except maybe the front entrance. No, I think we took a good look at it. Actually, yeah, because here we have a dark. Actually, no, I didn't really take a look at it. No, because I didn't quite point out the whole dark portal entrance that we had here, and this one is just happens to be like inverted. That's cool. Let me zoom out a little bit. Because yeah, the only thing that I was saying earlier was, oh, we're not really invited to lay down our stuff. We're going to put down our stuff ourselves. They're going to take our bags, take it elsewhere, and all that. But whatever the case, very heavy Night Fae theme throughout a lot of the build here. We've seen kind of variations of the sort of Soromar window plus the Night Fae branding throughout different sections here. But yeah, great stuff with the flower work. Great stuff overall. Fun, fun house. Has some very interesting themes too, like the whole hospital, the whole apothecary thing. that sort of like darkened things up. It's like, okay, there's a lot that's going on. I'm like, wait a minute, this feels like Star Trek all of a sudden. Yeah, really, some really wild stuff happening here, but very cool too. I like this variation of kind of a hospital bed feel, and it has a similar kind of look to like the barracks, except those were actually functional barracks. But something like this, very minimalist. Uh, just to have like someone like laying down, nice and simple. So big thanks, big thanks. And thanks everyone for showing me their places, not just today, but throughout the whole week. It has been a hell of a treat. But I wanted to point out really quick from the last build, the one that was like very heavy on the cave stuff. Um, just kind of little examples of what I did to avoid people falling in their cave. This was when budgets were lower, and I was a bit more conscious about what I wanted to do. So let me. Uh, Here we go. This spot. I prefer the darker houses to the super bright ones, so it's a treat for my eyes. I, it's tough. Like, I usually like looking at houses in unnatural dark, where possible, and then let the actual lighting do its work. So, like this place does a good example of it. Where are you, Armalary? There you are. So, this place is all cave. I think the only places where you see walls are here, and I think that was it. Everywhere else, I caved the hell out of. But I also wanted to make sure that I avoid like certain weird clipping and whatnot. So that's why you see like these huge beams that I plaster like all over the place to kind of like keep things sort of balanced and give the illusion of, okay, whoever's here, they're throwing stuff down so that they can, actually put up furniture and have it actually stand on something rather than it just like awkwardly sit on top of a rock or have it clip really funny. Um, so like what are some good examples of like trying to avoid of doing the rock work here? So I opted for really, really big rocks for the most part. I wanted to go really big on it. And you can see here, like I would try to hide certain things where you would have like kind of big dips. Here I found some challenges too, I remember, because I was trying to make this climb work, and I would have to like kind of close off stuff to make the climb feel smooth. Because I didn't want the last thing I wanted with tight climbs like these was for people to get stuck all of a sudden. There's no rock stuff here, but I very much didn't want. I think it's Steph's room where I really needed to do some work on that. Um, so that will be down. Actually, if I did some stuff here too. So like, notice this beam didn't really need that, but I just wanted to make sure that if you're climbing up, for the most part, you're always going to be able to have like a fairly smooth climb up. Almost no matter how you're doing it, as long as this is very obviously okay. I shouldn't be able to get that high, but here, like I can climb up just fine, and a lot of it is thanks to that beam. Some of that happens here in this spot too. I kind of remember I was like doing some work here, doing the whole makeshift steps, not just for a visual thing, but because it actually helped functionally. So that way people were going around, they wouldn't like suddenly get stuck and stuff. So here's one rock that just decided, oh, I'm going to rotate all stupid. And you see a lot of these, again, you see a lot of these reflections being used throughout the place. So that way people don't just like fall through. To me, that's the only real sin of making a cave. Like that can mess things up. I'll probably just leave that there, knowing that it's gonna rotate all funny again. So that's my fate. Oh well. And that's it. I just wanted to make a quick example of that based on the cave build that we were looking at before. So as long as people can climb and people can always have like a smooth elevation when they're navigating through their cave, then it's all good. Boop. And since I'm here, I might as well end with this. So once again, huge thanks to everyone who showed me their places this week. It was a real treat, as always. Next week, we have 18 places total we're going to be looking at, 6 per day. I already sent out invites. Hopefully, we'll start processing those and get the queue ready. And then, as usual, on Sunday, that queue will be set and posted. Oh, you haven't seen my cave setup? Okay. Right on. But this was like the real prize winner over here. This is what made the judges be like, oh, he's brown nosing so hard. We got to give him the win. That's what I tell myself, at least. All right, so off I go. You folks have a wonderful rest of the day and week. I hope to get a weekly written out, so stay tuned on the main channel for an update on that. And we'll be talking about rando stuff. And I'll see you guys for the next thing.